And we are Lydwr Llc Rosita. And if you wonder why I have the crown and stuff on, today is my birthday. And I also have my guest here, Miss Boss Chick. Thank you. Okay, so Boss Chick is new to the ATL, y'all. An artist came here down from the Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, that's where I moved here from. Yeah. Yes, honey. So tell them about your experience since you've been here. How's everything going for you in this music industry?
Well, it's going all right. I can't complain because actually the music is new. Okay. I came as a comedian.
Hold the mic up a little bit.
I came as a comedian. I started my comedy career back in 2020, right at Christmas, after a battle with COVID. I had a battle. I was battling. I actually thought I was gonna die.
Wow.
I had actually even wrote my own obituary. It was that serious. But I said, just in case God don't decide to take me, I wrote my bucket list. And on my bucket list, one of the first things was to go ahead and do stand-up comedy.
Oh, so you already know that I'm going to have you to do something while you're here. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I know you're not too long. Look, we've been knowing each other for what, about 4-5 months now? Yeah. So you really got to get to know me.
Yeah.
And even though you're my sister, this my sister now.
Yes.
You know.
We're comedy in itself.
Yes. Okay, so tell us about Memphis, Tennessee, your family and stuff. How was it being the only child? I know you're the only child. So how was that?
Well, actually, originally from Illinois.
Okay.
So I was born and raised in Illinois, and so I was there up until I was 20. But being raised an only child, it was fun, and that's where my creativity came from. Because being the only child, I was by myself most of the time.
And you entertained yourself.
I entertained myself. I'm a one-woman show. I've been a one-woman show.
Yeah.
I was raised by my grandparents. You know, my mom was there, but she was young, and but I had my uncles. I was raised by. Oh my God! I was a male-dominated family. I was the oldest, but I was a girl. Yeah. So they tortured me. So they said, they said to make me strong and tough.
Exactly.
And that's what they did.
Exactly.
And then now they went around the way I am.
And see, I had those cousins and stuff. That, Yeah.
They were more like your brothers.
Exactly. All of them.
Yeah.
And that's how I end up a strong female. Yes. And then, and that's why I like strong men.
Yes.
Like, because I'm a strong female. I feel as though every superwoman deserves a superman.
Yes. You have to.
Yeah. And if you want to be the mermaid, then you get you a Robin.
All right. Say that.
Yeah, because there's somebody for everybody. Ain't nothing wrong with being a mermaid. I like the prissy days.
Yeah.
But then I like to go and play kickball and flag ball and all that other stuff. Yeah. And I like the guy that like to do that.
Yes. I'm the same way. I believe in being sexy and classy all the time.
Exactly.
Classy and sexy. However, there's that inner thug in me.
Exactly.
And I love football and baby. Exactly. When I go to the doggone, if I go out or if I'm at a sports bar, let's say, my little ex-husband took me to the sports bar one time. True story.
Okay.
We still as fans. And baby, I come up in there with the fellas talking. I'm talking. What you supposed to do?
Exactly.
Talk no shit.
Exactly. And have fun.
He couldn't handle it. He never took me out again. He go back.
Oh, so you supposed to be the girl that sat back and just look cute.
Yeah. I'm just eye candy, I guess. Bro, please. I'm one of the fellas.
I'm the whole bucket of candy.
Hello. I'm going home with you. Chill out. Chill out. Gotta be. That's the thing about men. with me. You gotta be secure. Gotta be secure because it's all in fun. You know, I'm not thinking about these guys. We're just having fun.
Exactly. And being secure is very, very important because that's what is you're not really enough.
Right.
Because where I'm from, everybody like to laugh and talk and stuff and smile and speak to people.
Hello. That is
like you was ready to speak to people.
Oh my God. Like you all them like you ain't all them like, oh.
Yeah.
I approve people. I just get
Yeah.
it irritates me because it takes nothing to speak. Nothing to speak.
And you get wrinkles quicker.
Yes, when you're not smiling. I love to smile and have fun.
Exactly. And speaking of having fun, we're gonna have some more fun. Like the wine because the Region Small fire. She gonna come back in like another hour. But you already know. Oh girl, I can't wait for you to get up there and show them stuff. Yeah, you know, I want you to do some comedy for real, girl. I want you to do some. And she's an artist, y'all. I've seen her before. You want to do your music?
I do perform, yeah. I love to perform. I just love to entertain.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You talk about putting somebody on the spot. Look, y'all, I was in the bed.
Okay, so we don't have to go all the way. Okay. Yeah. She was in the bed, y'all.
In the bed asleep.
And I called her and said, "Come on."
And here I am.
That's right. That's right.
But that's what you do. Your sister's called.
That's right.
That's what you do.
That's right. And I love you so much.
Love you too.
Yeah, Mr. Clyde, we done adopted him.
Yes.
So that's our godfather. So y'all make sure Essence. What's the address?
It's 5400 block. It's on Riverdale. And February 10th, starting at 10 o'clock.
Y'all make sure that y'all go to my and look at the flyer.
Yes.
But shouts out to Big Clyde, aka Pops.
Yes.
And Mr. Clyde don't have any kids, so we done like everybody done adopted him. Yeah. He's the greatest.
He
is. So and he's waiting for us to go. But so what song will you be performing before you stand up and do your comedy?
It's called Tashina Nice Nasty.
Is it real nasty? Cause we gotta watch certain stuff.
Yeah.
I know. Pick another one. That's it. Okay. Well, y'all follow her on her Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Tashina TASHINA _DA_BOSSCHIC.
So y'all can see her performance because she do be recording her performances and stuff. And so the comedy. In the comedy, see the thing is they've been trying to get me to do stand-up comedy and stuff, but I won't do it because I didn't know how to wash my mouth and I'm trying to get better at it. So she said, well.
I mean, I do know how to clean it up, but it's just more fun.
I mean, you just yourself, and that's why I haven't done it because I just want to be myself.
Yeah, and like I can do it, but that's just man, my family. That's what we did, you know. And it doesn't take away, and you know, I respect everybody. I respect what everybody believe, but I have sheltered myself so long for what other people wanted me to be.
I know you was telling me about that.
Yeah. I'm just doing me. You know,
that's right.
Without apology now, and I'm gonna do that to the Lord.
Yeah, you gotta look. You might rub off on me, and hey, y'all don't want me to come back to the way I used to be. Look. Because I be trying to like narrow it down because my mom was like at first comedy. And all of my friends that was around me, they do that. So that's why I'm supposed to be trying to get me to be up and stuff. But I was like, okay, my dad is a preacher, and then I gotta watch what I say. Out of respect for him, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But now, you know, my dad passed away like 6-7 years ago,
Okay.
and I've been like, okay, so it's time to do it now.
Well, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Something I had to say. I am a lifestyle ordained minister. And I was behind those walls for years. And God pulled me out the walls. I would be in the streets and I would be eventually in the prison ministry. However,
Nice.
I things I have gone through and things about the impact that I'm going to make on the people that, because we all have assigned certain people. We have different people that we're assigned to. And I'm going to be more impactful because I live a lot of things I've gone through here just in Georgia. I never seen for myself to go through, but I went through some tough times just coming out. So again, like I said, I have to be myself. And I don't apologize for anything. It does not take away from the woman of God I am. It does not take away from who God called me to be.
Exactly.
So, dirty mouth.
I commend you on the sis. And like I said, you just gonna rub my over me. So just gotta do what I need to do. Yes. Okay, so can you get him a little bit?
Yeah, I'll give him a little bit.
Okay,
for like example.
I want you to get up because they can see your pretty outfit.
Ooh. Yeah. See?
Okay. Oh, they can't see your whole body now. They can't see your whole body.
Well, one thing that happened. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to make sure that the camera is on you.
Okay.
We finna get this now. Okay. All right. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay.
What's the name of your song?
We were not. You said don't do that.
Oh.
We're not gonna do this.
Oh, you got another one?
Well, I do have a clean version, but I haven't even been practicing. But anyway, the song does go. See, I'm a nice chick that will get nasty. See, I got two sides because I'm a Gemini, y'all. So there's two of me. There's Tina and there's Tasha. See, I'm gonna do a little comedy in the song. Okay. So that's what people need to understand about me. Okay. I have a split personality. There's two that I am comfortable with and show all the time. There's Tasha. She's a nice, sweet, educated, loving, caring person that, professional. Mm-hmm. Then there's Tina. And Tina's just downright crazy. She's ruthless. And she's been through a lot of trauma, so she can get deadly. She's a very deadly person. So that's why I have all of these different personalities. And then there's actually a third, which is Latrice. And she's the one that's the middleman that always trying to make us behave. And we just push her to the side. We don't like her. We don't want no mediator. Let us be us, And for example, I was married 23 years. Again, like I said, I'm a licensed ordained minister. I am who I am. However, when I divorced, God knew. I'm confessing this. God knew that marriage wasn't going to work. So people can say whatever they want to say about me out here doing what I do because I'm going to get my groove on just like Stella. And if God did not want me to have sex, he would have turned off my hormones because I'm getting my groove on. Okay? Because you don't want to see Tina cranky. So I got to do what I got to do. And let's get my groove on. Just like today, I saw a nun. And I saw that nun today, and I wanted to go over there and ask her, how can I apply to be a nun? I mean, I feel I qualify. I'm halfway there. I ain't even had sex in 3 days. So I think you qualify. Why? Because I feel all the nun do is take a ruler and beat kids on the hands. And that's because all that stress built up because they didn't get none. So that's just how I see it. So that's a little bit of my stand up to clean. I'm trying to be as clean as possible because I want to respect everybody. So I hope y'all enjoyed a little bit about me. And please go on my site, my page for those that are able. And you can get the real, raw and uncut Tashina the Boss Chick.
Yeah, yeah. Girl, you did good keeping it clean.
Thank you.
You could have cursed, huh?
No, I want to be respectful.
I just don't use the hard.
Yeah, hard. But yeah.
But it's you. Because I interview rappers and stuff, and sometimes I play their songs and stuff, and
But it's your birthday. We want to be respectful, and I want people to see this side because people see that hard side of me all the time. So I'm okay with it. But I do want to also say that I am an author of 3 published books, and you can find my books on Amazon under my name, Latasha Warren.
And she has a nonprofit organization.
I do.
Yes. So tell them about that.
Well, it's actually out of Tennessee, and I'm gonna be trying to get everything transferred over here to Georgia. And it's called Christ Jesus Disciple Ministries. And again, and it's non-denominational. I came up in a Baptist church.
Me too.
So, and nothing against any of this. It's just that God has called and ordained me to do something different. And in this ministry, it's all written out for God's people. I will be out in the streets. I know where I'm going to be out. And it's out in the streets. And it's going to be really to empower the people because we need empowerment.
Exactly.
We need hope.
Exactly.
You know, it's to help people to build and be empowered for themselves. And again, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real honest with you right now. You're the first person that I'm going to be honest on this interview. In the 2.5 years, it'll be 3 years that I have divorced. And I must say, I was successful. I had a successful career. I had the money. I had the cars. I had the 401. I had everything. But I was miserable and I walked away from everything. I left from the home and everything. I walked away with a car, my clothes, and business items. I moved to Georgia. I've since been homeless. I lost my car. I lost all of everything I had. I told you this other yesterday. And I came from a good home. I came from a home, and I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this so people can understand where I'm coming from, how God worked things out. I came from a home where we had a live-in housekeeper. And I recognized when I was doing a job, when I gave up my home, well, not my home, but where I was staying, I was paying weekly shared housing. And I end up having to think about it. Wow, I'm sitting here cleaning house. I was staying in a big B&B, and I was cleaning the rooms just for the room and board because I was saving up my money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, here I am, come from a family where we had a housekeeper. Now here I am doing the same work. I worked in mental health for at-risk youth, and I had to save a couple kids nearly killed themselves. I mean, I had to jump in and save them. And I knew I was going to write my 4th book, and I'm in the process of writing this about suicide. I was doing the research, but I realized when I hit rock bottom here, what most people didn't know is I was ready to give. I had gave up. I'm not gonna say my recipe that I had, but I had a for sure recipe. I was gonna take myself out. And I asked God that next morning. I said, God, had the word. I said, God, you know just like me. I don't want to do this. I need to hear from you. It went 30 minutes, and God reminded me, You were supposed to be doing the research on suicide. I was not researching. It wasn't on the internet. Now I know what it takes. Why people get to that point where they feel death is their only escape.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something that I never told anybody. Since you're my sister and you felt the courage to say that for the first time here on Living Your Dreams with Rosita, I want to share something with that only people that grew up with me knew. That at 12, I was molested by an uncle that was married into the family. And therefore, I tried to commit suicide. I took a lot of pills, and my cousin, Mabel Mays, she was calling for my mom and dad. My mom and dad used to like go to different places and sing, gospel stuff. So they was out like performing. And Mabel called and asked for my mom, and she said that I wasn't sounding right. And I was like, hey, tell my mom that I love them, and they fought. And so she came over there. She kept me on the phone. I kept saying, like, I'm sleepy, let me go to sleep. And she stayed on the phone with me and came over there. And when she came over there, she kept me woke until my mom got there. My mom gave me some milk that made me throw up and stuff and called the ambulance and stuff. And the doctor had said that if my mom didn't make me throw up, then I wouldn't be here today. But at the same time, I would have difficulties having kids. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I don't have any kids. But I feel as though everything happened for a reason because I got so many kids that called me mama that I have helped that was in the gang system, that was homeless and all of this, and I completely changed their lives. So everything happened for a reason. But right here, I want to thank Mabel Mays, my cousin, and my mom. Exactly. So and I never shared it. It's a lot of people be trying to interview me. And I got interviewed in a magazine like some months ago. And shared that story. Well, not the whole, I can share that story. I was about the molestation. So my mom would call me, you got molested. And see, one thing that I didn't do, I didn't tell nobody because I was protecting my dad and my uncles and my cousins for the simple fact that if they had found it out, then there was no doubt about it.
It happened to me too, since 11. I was raped by my mom's boyfriend, and I didn't tell the story. I kept it for years until I was an adult. And I was a teenage drunk before recovery. I tried to hide the pain. That's why I was so angry.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. My mom, when she called me, she was like, that's why you were so angry. Yeah.
And you're right, we protect our loved ones. Because he threatened my family. He's like, I kill, especially a big mouth grandmother. He hated my grandmother because she was an elected official, so she was powerful. But I knew that wasn't true. I didn't want my family just like you. I didn't want nobody going to prison for me. I said, I can handle this.
Exactly. And the thing is, a lot of people wonder why I know how to fight. You're real good. I went into comeback mode.
Yes.
I went into training mode. I boxed, I took karate, I know how to shoot real good and everything because I was going to get grown and get him.
Yes.
And it took me being on this platform, on my platform, to become. See, God knows what He's doing.
Yes, He does. Yes,
Instead of me getting them, I'm still getting them. Because now I'm able to talk about it. And I'm going to tell you something. I interviewed so many women on my show that was contacting me and saying, hey, I want promotion. Could you interview me? I was molested by this person, my granddad, my mom, boyfriend. I interviewed so many people about their molestation and never told them and nobody. I'm interviewing them on my platform and still didn't say that it happened to me. And I felt like it was time. So when I did the interview in the magazine, I felt like it was time to say it because I already know where I'm going in this industry. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I set myself back because of certain people being in my life that I won't go, that I know they're supposed to be on my next level, but they won't go nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, until you leave, because God ain't gonna bless you with certain blessings anyway that is not for you, and you trying to hold on to my coattail. So therefore, I wait on a lot of things, and I meditate, and I start taking my time on a lot of things. You know, but I commend you, and it's women like you that made me stronger to be able to come out and talk about it. And that's what we're going to be doing more of because there's a lot of women that surrounds me that have been in the same situation. Come on in. It's open for you. Come on in. It's open for you. Hey, look. But yeah, there's a lot of women that is among me that been in that situation, and it's time for them. It's time for me to speak out because how can I be a leader and talking about certain things and stuff, and then I'm not able to talk about what it needs to be talked about, and it's actually being talked about on my platform. So I really commend all of the women, and May the 6th at my women's conference, I am actually acknowledging women that have been on my show, women that I know that have been abused and still in the industry making big moves. All these women that have been through all these different things and stuff in their lives for as abuse mentally and physically. And they radio hosts, they television producers, it's a whole bunch of stuff that they're doing in this industry. And I commend them. And I wanted to acknowledge it publicly.
And we commend you for the platform. And your courage. Her courage to say what she said today. Yeah. But it is true. It is a very tough thing to discuss, to talk about. But I know for me, it's important for me to tell my story because I'm a survivor. And to be ashamed of my past and what I've been through would be to say I'm ashamed that I survived. And I do what I do, I say what I say, because there's so many others that struggle with it. And I want everybody to know you're okay. You're not alone. We all have a different story, but the pain is the same. But together, especially as sisters, we band together and we just can help one another and encourage one another, uplift. It's time for us to stop tearing one another down. We have to build up. We have to empower. And the way we do that is to be honest. One thing I was always told, and I think with our communities, one of the worst things we were ever told was what goes on in this house stays in this house. And I believe that's a lot of the reason why people don't tell things that the trauma that we've gone through, and we come up and we're so dysfunctional. I was just telling them, Rosita, how the worst thing I feel in our community, things that we used to say, is what going in this house, stay in this house. And I believe that's one of the most crippling things that we could have ever done because we didn't seek help. I did not realize a lot of things that I went through and things that were inside of me until I seek counseling. Counseling is good. Counseling is okay. Here I was, a licensed and ordained minister, counseling other people. But just like you, when you were doing your interviews, you weren't even express that you had the same trauma. I had to keep all of this in me because I felt I had to be strong for the other person, but at the same time, I was not healed. We need to be healed, and that's my goal is to be healed and to help others to be healed, to begin their healing. So that's just why I feel it's necessary for us to be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves. And that's actually what my second and third books are. My book is called Who Is This Chick Called Boss Chick? My skeletons are not in my closet. I walk with mine because I'm just honest about who I am. It took me a long time to be honest about who I am. And I'm able to be honest because I know whose I am. No matter what people may assume or think about me, I know who I am. I know whose I am. And no one can change that. I lived a lie. I learned to live a lie, holding that anger in, not telling about the rape. I learned to live a lie in a bad marriage for so long. You know, man, I don't knock my ex-husband. I mean, he felt he loved me the best way he could, but he didn't love me well enough for me. And I was so thankful that I finally found the strength to leave. I wish him well, and I wish him happiness, but it just can't be with me. And we have to learn to be strong and courageous to do what's best for us. And that's just pretty much where I am in life. And I'm going to live it, like I said, until the day the Lord called me home. And I'm not apologizing for anything that I do. And when God convicts me, I feel it instantly. So I know when I'm out of order. Okay.
All right, y'all. I am back. Okay, so we had another guest to show up. And I've been waiting for my sister to get here. Yeah, we had Sharice Nicole in the building. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, Sharice Nicole, y'all might know her from 89.3 FM radio station. And now this girl done moved on the island, honey. She's so beautiful.
It's so good to see you.
It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming back here.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy soul
Thank you.
return. Yes. God is energy.
Yes, honey.
My
Yes.
Capricorn sister.
Yes, that's her. Capricorn too. Yes. So tell them about you and what you got going on.
Ooh, that's
I know she just said everything. Y'all, the women empowerment thing, when I was saying that we're going to an island, we're going to do a women retreat on the island, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to
Yes. Well, I'm Sharice Nicole. I'm just honored to just have such beautiful people in my life. Powerful women in my life. Sisterhood is everything. And this is a sister who, we've been acquainted for so long, and lately we disconnected again. And so
we met on the movie set, Boomerang.
Yep. We met on the movie set.
Yeah, and she was the DJ in the movie, and they put me on the stage beside her as a dancer.
It was so beautiful. It was so cool how we met. It was
exactly.
Yep.
And we've been sisters ever since.
Yep.
Ever since.
We found out we do the same thing. At the time, I was on the radio on WRG. I was on it for 10 years.
Nice.
And she was, as you can see, my media sister.
Yes.
My fellow Capricorn. My birthday is January 4th. And I just had, a beautiful birthday. And I'm so thank you. I'm so glad I could be here for yours. Because we were talking about
happy birthday to you.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
So yes, recently I relocated to Belize. And it's just so beautiful. It was such a power move. It took a lot of courage, a lot of because I've been wanting to travel around the world and see different things and travel to see where I want to go because, I'm just a rebel. I'm like, forget the States, man. It's crazy, man. They out here just doing this to us. They doing everything. Get out of here. And so, I finally, once COVID hit, I started traveling. I did it, because we always feel like we're so stuck.
Yeah.
And we can't move and we can't, we're so busy. We got so much to do. And, certain things just went down, like here in a way where it pushed me out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, it's time to go. I'm free. I started traveling. I went to the Virgin Islands a lot around that time. I was going to go to Costa Rica, but they closed the border, so that I got credits. And I just started going to the Virgin Islands since it was in the States. And I got people there. It's beautiful there, but it's overpriced. I won't even call it expensive. It's overpriced.
But y'all cook y'all own food and stuff. I mean, y'all pick their own food. You see her like on the beach, picking off the trees. Yeah. Like when we were kids. Now I'm from Mississippi, so I'm used to picking fruits and stuff off the trees.
Yeah. Everywhere you go, even in Georgia, there's things that's here. That's why people say Georgia peach. You have pecan trees. You have the food or the trees and different vegetation that's indigenous to Georgia. You know what I mean? But when you go to tropical places, and I'm already.
She be rubbing it in. She be no shoes on in the water, and pretty blue water on the feet. Like in the movies. The flowing dress.
I'm telling you, my birthday, I went to a private island on my birthday, and I was invited there because I do retreats, and the person who owns it wants me to bring people there. So he hosted me for my birthday, so I could see it.
Nice.
It was the best. And I brought my friends, and we did a photo shoot. And I just turned 47. I know I don't look like you.
Yeah, you don't.
But I was like, me and my friend, she's younger than me. And she was like, I was like, let's do a bathing suit photo shoot. I was like, who do that on their 47? Yeah. So it was really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. They have like medicinal plants. We did a plant walk. We have a volleyball. We played volleyball.
Nice.
We kicked it on the lagoon, and it was just really, really nice. Outdoor kitchen. I had 2 chefs with me. And so I'm surrounded by chefs over there, and so when I bring people to Belize, I've been there for about a year and a few months, and when I bring people, I host, I support the locals. Yeah, the locals. I have chefs, drivers, people that take you to sea.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun.
And I'm still working in Atlanta. I'm constantly working. Yeah. I'm a mental health therapist, so I do that virtually. I always tell people, find a way to make your money virtually if you want to leave.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you still want to get that U.S. dollar.
Exactly. So tell them more about your business and stuff, because she has multiple businesses as well.
Yeah. I do the mental health counseling. Actually, I'm starting a mental health service in Belize. They badly in need. Of that, and so I'm starting that there, and then right now I have a film that will be released in April, and I just got the trailer, and it's amazing. It's coming out. We've been working on it for years. One of the series that I had on my radio show was Misconceptions About Conception, which is about the issues with birthing for Black mothers and babies, and it was inspired by when I was pregnant with my 7-year-old. And, just the issues that I was dealing with my first pregnancy. I have a 23-year-old, and I didn't want to go through the same thing. So I started, doing a lot of research. And at the time, I had been on the radio about 5 years. And when I found what I found, it was like, whoa, this is deep, And I have to tell everybody. I always got to share everything, And so I started a series on the radio called Misconceptions About Conception. Inspired by my, just me wanting to just do the best for my own pregnancy and birth and my baby,
Exactly.
And I started having midwives, doulas. I had a doctor from Georgetown State. He just was on Netflix on the documentary about circumcision. Dr. Ryan McAllister. Because in my research, I was finding people, and I would call them like, "Could you please be on my show?"
Yeah.
And so I did that series for 5 years, and I got a midwife, a sister who's just so deep in the field on the front line of it to produce it with me. After about the second year, and it was just beautiful. I met so many people, so much information. People was calling me, asking me to what to do when their babies were coming. I'm like, I'm a researcher, when it comes to this, but I'm not the midwife. I got a whole network I can connect you to, so it was just deep. People who was coming up to us in the street, because my son's father was on the show with me for the first few years of it, and they were coming up to us, thanking us. People were listening from Germany, all over the country,
nice.
You know what I'm saying, all over the world, and it was just a really, really, really great platform for that type of awareness and information. And so, in about 2019, we started filming for the documentary, and we're finally finishing it.
I'm so excited for you.
We have Jason Louder. If you ever watched Black Lightning, the brother that played Two Bits, the dark skin with the long locks, he had he's the narrator for the film.
Nice.
And we have Queen of Fua in the film. We have Blue Pill, if you're familiar with Red Pill and Blue Pill in the film. We have, and we have a plethora of beautiful, beautiful midwives, sisters, birth workers. Dr. Ryan McAllister's in the film, so it's really beautiful.
Exactly.
It's a really great vehicle of awareness. It's very powerful because, the maternal health for Black women and babies, the rates for maternal death are very high.
I actually want to interview you one day and to actually talk about the midwife thing, because I feel as though that is very awesome. My grandmother was a midwife, and she basically birthed a lot of the kids that is in the family, but just the knowledge that they have, and it's naturally, to be able to birth a child, and a lot of people don't realize that when kids are born in the hospital, they start injecting them with all this stuff, all this stuff.
Yeah, we call it unnecessary medical interventions.
Exactly.
And the midwives, they don't intervene unnecessarily.
Exactly.
So you would have better outcomes.
Exactly.
And, it's like, why in one of the wealthiest countries in the world do we have high infant and mother mortality rates disproportionately amongst us?
Exactly.
And so we have to look at that, and we have to, look at what the causes are and what the solution is.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, and don't you do travel agent as well?
Well, I haven't started travel agent. But
because we because we gonna become a travel agent. That's all the other things that Capricorn thing that we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I forgot.
But the main thing for me right now when it comes to travel is just bringing people to Belize.
Yeah.
To be able to experience, the culture, the serene nature of the environment, get a break from the city, get a break from breathing a certain air, and get a break from the processed food life, and still eat good. Because I'm I'm gonna eat good. You know what I mean? Here, I don't really eat nothing but fish anyway. And that's how I've been for years.
Because they're gonna tell them what you eat.
Right. Right here. I tell people when you go to Belize, they eat chicken and all that, but they have their own chickens. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell people in Belize, the reason why the veganism movement is so big in the States is because the food is processed so wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's full of chemicals. It's all about making money and making a dollar. It's not about.
And who's to say it is what it's supposed to be?
Right. And so, nobody's growing their, well, I can say nobody, but most people are not growing their own food. They don't know where nothing comes from. My little niece, she didn't know that beef come from a cow. I was like, She was like, "You come from a cow." They don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so in Belize, they are doing it themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They, even though I still don't eat the chicken, but it's better if you eat chicken that is
the chicken
local.
eggs too.
You know what I mean? And let me tell you, in Belize, I love eggs. But
eggs so high, I'm about to go buy a chicken.
Here, I know, right? And here, I can't eat eggs. When I get here, I used to every once in a while. When I get here, I can. It does something to me when I eat eggs. But when I'm there, I eat them almost every day. The eggs are so fresh, you don't even have to put them in the refrigerator. Right. You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy.
Right.
You know, so all of the fruits and the veggies, everything is just so fresh, and your vibe is just different. Your energy is different. The sun shines different. You know, so it's just a different revitalization you can get. You know, just taking that retreat.
Exactly.
You know, and
it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to just go there and chill, like really, really relax.
Yeah.
Because looking at her, you can just tell she just. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Anyway, I'm so happy to see you here.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to be here. Ever since you started this, I was like, oh, I gotta come. So this time that I'm back, I'm glad I got to come on your birthday and everything.
Yes. Okay, so we was actually having a conversation about she had a breakthrough on here at the studio, and she was telling us about what happened to her when she was younger and stuff. Was well, not younger, lately. What was that?
The rape when I was a child.
The rape when she was a child.
I was
just about to commit
about
suicide.
A month ago, I was ready to give up and commit suicide.
And that was stemming from your childhood experience with the rape.
And a lot of the stuff that went on when she got here too.
Yeah, things that happened, and I was on another level. I had thought I was past all of that, but everything, it's like every time I turn around, like here, but it was just, I recognized it was just a season. It was just God building me to do what I need to do.
And by her having her breakthrough on the show, I decided to tell something that I've been holding back all my life, basically, other than the people that grew up with me that actually knew about it. That I tried to commit suicide at 14 because uncle in the family molested me when I was 12. And so that's what we were talking about when you came and stuff. And I was letting her know that I commend her because it's women like her that made me stronger to be able to tell it.
That's right.
I could have told it, but I didn't because I wanted to get him myself. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to tell it. I was going to get him. I didn't want my dad to get him because I didn't want my dad to go to prison. I didn't want my uncles, my cousins. I didn't want nobody to get. I didn't want nobody to know about it. I was smart enough when I was young to keep it to myself. So therefore, when I got grown and went and got him myself, could nobody lead it back to me. Because I didn't tell nobody. But being around, God has blessed the breakthrough of women. I mean, that I don't even know that inbox me and stuff, all the way from Florida, New York, and stuff, be in my inbox and said, God told me to reach out to you. And a lot of them I haven't even interviewed yet, but I've interviewed a lot of women that was molested by their grandmother's boyfriend, their mother's boyfriend, their uncle, their daddy, their cousins, and and I kept my mouth shut all that time, knowing that it happened to me, and it could have affected them more to come out even more if I had spoken up. But it's time.
Yeah,
it's time.
Yeah, that's a heavy load. Load, especially as a child. And so subconsciously that affects us.
Exactly.
Like you said, just even though she thought she had got through it, and I have similar experience. A lot of us has been through that. You know, I've been molested multiple times by
Yeah.
multiple people
Yeah.
when I was a little girl. You know, I went through a lot of counseling, a lot of stuff when I was young. My mom was into that. Once she got clean, because I grew up with every adult around me on crack and living in crack houses. I went through a lot young, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, once my mom got clean, she really she was just really into counseling. She's working on her PhD right now. She was counseling.
Awesome.
She's been clean for 30 years, you know. So
Yeah.
when I was a teenager, she was counseling, you know. So
Yeah.
she was into, you know, helping me to get what I needed to clear that, even though I didn't understand it at the time, you know. And so I worked on myself a lot, and so I had that same feeling like I've grown to a point where that's not bothering me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but then something happened, and it was just like, you know, I'm over 40, but I'm still going through this. But this is happening.
Yes.
Like I'm attracting this to my life.
Yes.
Even though I'm a good person, even though I don't do anything bad to anyone, to harm anyone, I'm attracting betrayal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm holding something. There's a subconscious program that I'm not worth something, that somebody's going to hurt me, that somebody's going to do something. And so to go in and start to, because what happens is it starts piling up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It starts to pile up, and it starts to get to a point where, you know, now you're mad at this person because they did that. Then the next person do something. You ever get around people and they just always talking about how everybody's doing stuff to them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what happens is it's that build up of all of that, and it's not being dealt with properly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so it builds up, and now, you know, I got like that. All these haters, and they just hating, and just fucking hating. It's true.
Yeah.
But how am I dealing with that?
Yeah.
Who am I? Do I
Because
know who
you would
I
deal
am?
with it differently if stuff had been different.
But
It's
exactly.
like our lives,
But the breakthrough,
they just deal with stuff totally different.
right? But the breakthrough for me was I have to change my way of thinking about that. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened was, first I just forgave my family. Like my mom gets on my nerves. She just has her ways. My brothers are crazy. They just have their ways, and they, you know, they intimidated by me and my way I eat and the way I have all my degrees, and you know, and they, you know, it's not me, it's them, but I forgive them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I had to do that because I don't cut everybody off.
Makes
You know what I'm saying?
real quick.
But what I did was say, for my family, I'm never cutting them off again, because I started attracting people who was just like my mom doing the same shit. Wait a minute. Same birthdays, around the same time, same sign, same age, and they're doing the same type of stuff. My mom was, so I was like, okay, I gotta forgive my mom right now. I start thinking on a higher level with it. You know, how am I attracting this? You understand what I'm saying? And so it started with that. I just forgave my family, and I love them. I'm in love with them, and I am just gonna love them.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that happened to me, and I just realized. I would think about it throughout the years, but then the molestation stayed on my mind, and it bothered me a lot. But I'm gonna tell you what happened to me when I was way younger that actually made me react a lot of how I reacted. Older person, aunt, whooped me because an older kid than me was touching on me when I was a little girl, and I'm like 4, 5 years old. I don't know what's going on, but I get a whooping. So therefore, when that happened, it would normally even though I was still protecting my dad, it would put a child in a place to where it's, okay, if I tell him, am I getting in trouble? Did I do something wrong? Right. Because I'm still a baby at 12 years old. Exactly. So I'm still thinking like, I'm not going to get in trouble? Because I didn't do nothing then. You know, but it made me feel like, why am I getting whooping? I'm a little baby.
It's very, very traumatizing.
Exactly. Exactly. And it took me to now not today, but last year, to start realizing that they traumatized me.
Yes. And I'll tell you 2 breakthroughs. And it was, and I stress this. Counseling. We need counseling. I discovered 2 things about me. I discovered a lot, but it's 2 things that was powerful that helps me cope now. One was I realized the love that I had for my grandfather, that my grandfather had raised me. Matter of fact, his 5-year death anniversary coming up on the 22nd. I've been struggling all month. I go through this every year. It's been 5 years. But what I've come to realize with men, through counseling, I realized that I was seeking through the wrong men because of that love I had for my grandfather. And I didn't realize that. And I'm like, wow. And the second major thing I discovered through counseling was because of the rape when I was so young that I didn't tell him because my ex-husband was the first person I revealed it to. I dealt with it. And the counselor told me something powerful. She said, you gotta understand, when you have that anger, because I fight it, but very dangerous. Because no one will ever hurt me again like that and I don't fight back. She was like, that little girl, that little 11-year-old girl is still in there. And you have to raise her to become this 45-year-old mature woman you are now. So I battle. So those are 2 things that I discovered in counseling.
And you know, I do the same thing. Like I said, I went into comeback mode. I'm for real. I went into comeback mode. I was running around the house every day, like, and running around in circle, hit my jump rope, and I'm like, okay, I'm practicing with the pills. You know, it's all of it. Because I was going to get him, and it was going to be, and actually I'm writing a movie about it right now. I'm writing a movie about my life and what I went through. You see what I'm saying? And how I still rose among it, even though stuff was bothering me all the time. I still but that stayed on my mind. So it goes to show how things affect you. And I'm gonna say all your life, because even though I'm speaking of it right now, I'm still gonna think about it tomorrow. I'm still gonna think about it next year.
I got something for that, and this is what helped me, and this is how I work with people that I work with doing mental health therapy too. You know what I mean? And see, like I was talking about that subconscious program. And it's so beautiful that you're getting the counseling. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everybody. We all traumatized people in some kind of way. Especially you're a black woman. You know what I'm saying? We strong and everything, but we be going through things.
And don't talk about it.
And don't have the understanding around you that will give you the upliftment that's necessary for you to process it properly. You know what I mean? But so, that subconscious program is playing. So, like you said, I'm gonna think about that. Even though it's over. You understand? It's over, but we keep it. You understand what I'm saying? It keeps running. And so, just like you got that comeback, you can kind of have that same energy on something else just because you still got that program running. You understand what I'm saying? That's the cognition. It's like new information go through this, it's like a filter. We call it cognition. New information go through based on your past experiences. And that's how we process the new information from old things. But what I did that helped me to like this. I be trying to figure out, I be creating behavior modification models and shit. Trying to figure out ways to do it quicker. You know what I mean? And so what I did is I realized that, and I already knew it, but I had to find a way. I already knew that the past things, the past betrayal, I've been through a hell of a lot of things in the last 5 years with people and it's just doing horrible fucking things. You understand what I'm saying? Jealousy, envy, just vampires, and you know what I mean? And so I had to get that off me. First, I realized that I was attracted because of the old things. So I dealt with that with my family, and the new things that's coming up, I dealt with it by saying, like, look,
My personal reality is me, who I am, who, because how somebody are talking and be feeling away because they saying their narrative is not even who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Their narrative is not even, it's not who you are, and you know it. You understand what I'm saying? When you know this, but you still feeling what you feeling. You understand what I'm saying? So you cancel it. You cancel it. Whenever a thought, all right, so whenever thoughts come up and emotions come up, it creates chemicals in your body. We become addicted sometimes to, thinking about things that are uncomfortable. We're thinking about past things, thinking about how we go, why, we become addicted to it because it releases chemicals. You know what I mean? So it's now a physical thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so now, what do? We become conscious of that in a way where we take action and have more control of redirecting our thinking, right? And so redirecting a quick way for me that's been changed my life quickly, was creating an affirmation whenever those things pop up in my head, because the reality is, it's not part of my personal reality, my personality, personal reality. Yeah. My personal reality and what I know to be true is what it is. And I know this. You understand what I'm saying? So cancel that when it comes up, because the past is the past, right? You got the past, present, and you got the present, future, right? I'm a hardworking person with all kind of work under my belt. I paved the way for a lot of people to do a lot of things that they're doing in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know it. Most people around know it. You understand? In the realm, in the conscious realm, in the health and wellness and all of that, people know that. You understand what I'm saying? And so my aspirations and goals, see, I'm a dope person. I'm multi-talented. And I have a lot of, because of what I've built already, brick by brick over these years, I have a lot going for me. So I switch, and what am I doing? One of them thoughts come up, and it be like, cancel that, future. You focus on your future. But I'm gonna tell you, say, what am I going to do today that, cancel it? This is not part of my person. I cancel that because this is not valid. It's not valid. But wait. The affirmation is, cancel that. This is not valid in my personal reality. It's not even valid.
But I'm going to say this right here for it's my life. I feel as though I've counseled it all of my life. And God kept bringing women to me because it's supposed to be something that I talk about to Him. That's the reason why He blessed me with the platform that I have. And I was using it to just laugh, tell jokes, and talk. I threw some knowledge out there and stuff, but it's more so, I'm having fun. I'm gonna throw some real knowledge, but hey, I'll be silly and all that stuff like that when I'm supposed to really be using it for my ministry. And that's what's getting ready to happen. See, me having a breakthrough actually takes me to the level of what God wanted me to be anyway. That's it. In my ministry. That's it. That's it. Because I was dodging the ministry. You know how many preachers and evangelists that inbox me. I can be live, I can be sitting there joking and playing and all this stuff that everybody knows that I love to do because I love making people laugh and stuff. But I was called into the ministry at 12, and I've been doing that all my life. But ministers will contact me all over the world in my inbox trying to get me to come to where they are to do my ministry. And I'm like, how do you know I'm a minister? And they be like, don't play with me. Folks was calling me out. And so it took me to have a breakthrough, to be able to have a platform that God wanted me to have in the first place. Because now it's going to go to a whole nother level. The only thing that I had to do was speak out on it.
Right. And the fact that you're speaking about it, even the past thing, is clear to you. It's clear to you. And so when you have the thought, you cancel it. When the thoughts come, That's what I'm talking about daily. We cancel it and say, what I got to do today? What opportunity is on my board right now that I need to be thinking about? I need to think about. I switch it. You switch it. You know what I mean? Because you know what's valid in your personal reality. That is not. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, more with what we attract what we think about most of the time. So when the thoughts come that is not productive, cancel it. You stop it. You know what I'm saying? You cancel it and you think about your future.
Oh yeah, honey.
Yes.
I had to learn that. That's why I do so much by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much like people would come into your life and say, "Oh, I want to help you. I'm gonna help you with your thing." And next thing you know, they took your stuff and done ran. I've been through it.
And when we and you know what, we already struggle with trust as it is. Exactly. What has happened.
I should have been struggling with trust. I was
you know,
loving trust.
We do that. But we struggle with it. But I struggle with trust.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lady came up here. I did get burnt so much. We actually feel it. We know it's going to happen.
But we ignore the red flag.
We ignore it. It's a lady came up here one day. And she was like, "Somebody told me that you got a studio up here. I want to see it." And we sat down and talked. She was like, "I want to be a part of your process, in the show and all of that." So we done sat down and I told her different stuff. And I told her I was supposed to be on the Now Network and all this. How about when she walked out that door and we was like, "Okay, well, I'll talk to you later." I seen the I said, "Oh." It was like Satan written all over her. And I said, "Well, thank you, God, for showing me that."
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So I know to cancel her right now. And it didn't even take 2 days that she called me and said, "I called the Now Network and told them that you referred me to have a show."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. 2 days later.
And so, like you say, following the signs, taking heed.
That's it.
I pray for wisdom and discernment as well, because, we are very gullible when we just on this planet loving beings. When you just, can love on a high frequency. You just want to work. You want to collaborate. You just want to, build with good people.
Work and
you just want to go. You want to go. Just build.
Right.
You know what I mean? We leaders. We builders. We gonna put stuff together. We gonna coordinate. We gonna organize. We gonna, you know what I mean? And we need beings.
And we
to
forgive
do it.
everyone's not like us. Everyone does not have our spirits. And that's the problem.
And that's the problem. So
that's where we fail.
That discernment, that and that's why in my growth and development, that discernment is very important. And part of that is, like you said, just taking heed when you see signs, because you'll be all emotionally into something. We're so emotionally into things, and logically it just don't make no sense based on what they just showed you.
Exactly.
But you in. Exactly. You just in it like, no, you ain't paying attention to that, and you have to pay attention. I'll be on it now. I'll be like, wait a minute. Right. What was that right there?
Yeah.
What you say? What you just say that like that? You know what I mean?
I be doing that too now. I be stopping. I be setting it off. I was in the middle of a board meeting one time. And I was like, hold up, Papa, don't step on my toes. Like this, you know what I'm saying? And I was managing my artists, and I said, like, don't you step on my toes trying to do something, like go over me. And I'm the one that brought you into this to help me and my artists.
Yes.
Like, don't try to jump over me.
And that's in business, our careers, but also in intimate, loving,
Our personal life.
relationships. Those relationships is a dying, boy, because that's the biggest emotional entanglement. You know what I mean? And so still, I've been through you know what I'm saying? Some deep things.
Yeah.
And not being wise in my discernment and not following signs. When you see signs, they be big too. You be
But guess what?
I'm
You look
enjoying
nice.
it. But it's good right now.
I know this is not going to work out.
feels
So,
good.
exactly.
But
So let's just hope it don't end crazy.
Right.
I don't mind it ending because I know it's going to end because I could tell that you were for me. You went for me in the first place. But I'm finna have fun. Why are we having fun? We finna go out. We finna enjoy each other. I'm finna make you laugh. Finna make me laugh. I'm show you some love. You gonna show me some love. We might actually fall in love with each other.
Let's help each
But that
other with
doesn't mean that
something.
it's going to
Let's
work out.
build something. Let's do something. Like you inspire me to do this, or I inspire you to do that. Have some magic sex and create some shit. Whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? While at the same time, it's like certain energy don't deserve to touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Exactly.
Period.
It's like my ex I just broke up with. I should have kept on going. I said no like 4 times when he asked to be his girlfriend.
Exactly.
I kept saying no.
Yeah.
He was so persistent.
Yes.
And then the thing is, that's when the virus was going on, so we wear masks. And the thing, like, and that's a whole other story now. But y'all catch me in stand-up comedy. But it wasn't going to work, and I knew it. But guess what? He was persistent. Seemed like a nice guy. Hey, I ain't got nothing else to do.
And that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you had a lot to do, but you ain't with nobody else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, nobody else to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, when I have a relationship for a little while, I already know it's just going to last for a little while. But we're going to have fun. Like, he helped me, I helped him, and he didn't want to let go. Oh, well, time is up. Like, we done both helped each other. That be grown up about this, because what we should have been building in the first place was a friendship first. So whereas even if I didn't want you or you didn't want me, that we would move on like grown-ups, and we would say, okay, well, I hope you be successful, I hope you be happy, and like move it. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't do that. They like have some little fun and stuff, and then they feel as though that like you supposed to have them forever. You know, sometimes
I have to admit, I'm a forever person. I don't even.
I am too.
That's why we quiet over here.
No, I'm a forever person too. But the thing is, if he's not here right now, then I'm not. I know that's right there.
A very logical way to be. What I'm saying is, I don't have that ability all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm minimizing it. I don't have that ability.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
Even when I know it's only a right now. I try to make it forever because I don't want just no right now. You know, and I don't know how to. I don't operate like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so hard for me, and I've tried.
Me too. I had it right now.
I mean,
because I knew he wasn't gonna be forever.
I be doing too much. But I'm learning. You know, it's just like being the way we are. We just have to be patient. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I've learned. And I'm in a friendship. We started in a friendship right now. He's great. He's awesome. But I'm doing something different.
Yeah, and not getting so entangled exclusively.
Yes.
Just so entangled quickly, exclusively.
Yeah.
You know, because these guys, I'm just so in love, and I feel so good when I'm around you, and I just love you.
Too, baby.
I feel so good when I'm with you. I can just talk to you. I can just. It's about you and how I make you feel.
Exactly.
But you don't. That don't mean you love me. You care about me. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just that same vampire energy. That same vampire energy that you have to, be discerning of. You know.
Yes.
And so I'm just very grateful to be here with these powerful sisters.
Yes.
On Rosita's birthday. Birthday vibes. It's birthday vibes. Yeah.
Keep our girl, y'all. Keep our girl.
All right.
How you doing?
Yes. So, just giving thanks to, just have a platform where, we need more sister circles, we need more support groups. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I found on Eventbrite. I was researching for our women's conference, right? And we've been talking about doing this women's conference in May. And I was
Let's see.
oh yeah, she got the date down. I forgot that. So, I was doing some research because I said, man, we need to do a support group with Rosita, have women, keep it going. I like to have things that's sustainable, not just have, because I'm a master event producer, you know what I mean? I've been doing it for a long time. And what I realized is that, it's not sustainable as far as, the money you make from doing all that work, the alliances you put together from coordinating energy and putting people together, because I'm a curator of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I bring people together and they make great alliances and they go off and they go on and you know what I'm saying? People create things. I'm developing stuff for people's businesses and they go on, so how do I make this sustainable? You understand what I'm saying? And so, I said, if we do this conference, it will be sustainable for us to have a woman support group developed from it that goes on. Yes, that goes on after the conference. And so, I did research to see what was out there already, and there's a lot of that going on. Different arenas and different subjects and topics, and some mental health focused, some just energy guidance focused, and some, just really just focused on having a feminine energy come together and support each other, and mothers coming together, and things like that. So, it's out there, but at the same time, it's something that, it's never enough of it, because there's too many of us out there alone, not speaking about, the pain we experience, or trauma, or, we're talking about past trauma, and how it affects us today, and, things that we're going through now. Right. On a daily
as
basis.
successful women.
Exactly.
It is not a particular type of person.
Exactly. So, speaking of successful women, my sister is here, comedian Small Fry. Look, she's shaking her head out. I'm ready to get her. She's ready to go. You can't come here without getting on the camera, honey. You can't come without getting on the camera.
I'm trying to sit over there. I like that little sparkle hat you came in.
I know.
That was
Yeah. So I know y'all know Comic View and BET and don't be acting like you shy there in front of the camera, like
I am shy.
no, you been in front of the camera since you were what, a teenager, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you want to act shy. Look, we had the whole restaurant cracking up today.
It was so stupid.
We went to go eat and
I just can't. I want to support my girl for her birthday.
yeah,
I know
and
that's
she
right.
did, and she did. I done had so much fun.
Oh,
I done all day, all
I
day.
left once your meeting came back. I thought you
Yeah.
couldn't be eating.
We
I
been go meet Mr. Clyde and stuff like a while ago. I was like,
this is breaking bread right about now. I don't get in front of the camera. You know my head ain't on.
so nice and natural. She rocking that new curly afro.
She did.
See,
I had
she
to
got
play
that,
it up. I had to play it up.
and see, she got that curly hair. Exactly.
It's natural.
See, she just got to get used to rocking the curly afro thing.
I'm gonna figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Exactly.
You just grew. So I gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be with you.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're here.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing we do when we got the microphone.
What?
I give one to the guy who's the head of my life to the
To
pastor.
the pastor,
Saints and friends.
the pulpit family, friends, the mother boy.
Yeah, the usher boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
You gotta be way old school like a Sunshine Band. Sunshine Band. Do the young folk. Did she just call the usher boy the mother boy? No, it's
I said the mother boy. It's the mother boy, then the usher boy.
Oh, all I know is a computer motherboard.
Oh,
You know, I ain't no
person.
She didn't go to church.
Oh, what we talking about today? The wine.
Oh yeah.
Look, we were talking about the wine. She said she gonna have no wine. I said Jesus turned water into wine.
Didn't he do it?
I said that's why his eyes was red.
Oh,
my
I'm sorry, but I mean, people kill me with all that. I'm sorry, church folk, but I gotta say it. It's clean. I'm gonna keep it clean.
Okay.
It's not talking about religion.
But my thing is, we say what we say about church.
We love church, though. We can talk about it because we were there every Sunday. I was made to go.
I was there.
I was there with
I was back behind the wall, and my thing is, y'all act like it's something wrong with hanging Jesus home with the pimps and prostitutes.
Yes, he did.
Am I wrong?
Even more than that, you make it sound so bad when
He
you
was
just
here.
named them too.
It's because but it was the church folks. The church folks trying to kill him. That's who did him. So don't tell me I'm wrong for being out here with pimps and
Well,
prostitutes. I'm sorry.
he's a healer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So he was
He's
amongst
for the people.
he was amongst the people. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was amongst
yeah.
the people.
And that's my calling.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I like the pimps and prostitutes.
I mean, long as you healing them.
We're supposed to be
Is you healing them?
Yeah. I'm delivering them the word, baby. I'm giving them the word.
Low key, I'm a comedian too. I'm low key though.
Yeah.
We like fun.
Okay,
So
so
you met
religion
Boss
is a
Chick
very,
today.
very good topic too.
Yeah, you met Boss Chick today. That's Sharice.
Hey,
And this-
Sharice.
Yeah.
They call you Small Fire. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Yes,
meet you.
yes.
Formerly known as Small Fry. Like she was.
Small
Yeah.
fry. You still be doing comedy?
Oh, yeah.
When's your next show?
Well, next time I'm in Atlanta is February 10th. I'm doing Mr. Clapper's birthday party
Okay.
in Atlanta.
You gotta see it if you see it here.
Okay.
February
Yeah.
3rd, I'll be in Columbus,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Columbus? Okay.
Yeah.
That's not far. Caravan in it.
And so you can get down there and back on the same thing.
Depending on what vehicle you drive.
I know that, right? Like you drive
We
around.
gonna go?
Y'all better come on.
I told her I know
We
it.
gonna
Yeah.
be Valentine. Y'all come on.
I told her just let me know when she
We
do
got
stuff. Like I would go. Yeah, that's a good thing about being a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You set your own
Yeah.
schedule.
We gonna do it. We gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I do every it's called Funny First Fridays. So every first Friday of each month, I have a big comedy show in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna rock it out.
And we get ready to record the video for it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we supposed to be doing that today, but we been like cutting up all day.
I was like, let's go hang out. We supposed to be coming here doing with different looks and all kinds of
Exactly.
stuff.
Shoot a commercial.
Yeah, that's why I had my hair
Yeah.
packed up. She was gonna do wigs and dress up.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's your birthday, let's go out. We hung up, stayed at that buffet about 3 hours.
Sure
And
did.
people were just like, thank y'all. My lunch break was fun. You know,
Yeah.
y'all-
Yeah.
Nice.
People enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The whole atmosphere changed when we walked.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I love being the light.
And it was
Walking
white
through
through
the
the
door.
door.
That's
Lord, going by my light. You see what I'm saying?
And the lady
Yeah, exactly.
one of the ladies that worked there had the idea about putting the money. She was like, you
Yeah.
can.
I know that's
She
right.
took that.
It's
She
your
got my
birthday.
earring.
She gave her the earring. She was like, you can earring for my birthday. She said, sure.
Ah!
Damn, he gonna sanitize. He gonna sanitize the way just spend money.
God said, "Accident shall be given."
I said, let's be
Seek and we shall find. I will seek it for
And
something
they
to
go to
ask
ask
for.
And they go to ask. They found it. The ass found you too.
I know.
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah.
And she said, come back tomorrow. I'm gonna give you the bracelet. Go with me.
Yeah, she gonna be at the event too, February 10th.
Yeah,
She always say can't be up there in the restaurant. They just so loving up there. They so
They
awesome.
are. They
Oh, what's the
really
restaurant? So you can just
Old time.
Country Buffet
Yeah.
on South Boulevard.
Yeah.
on Terra.
It's right up the street.
Let's see them, y'all. See, that's a free.
And I
I
met-
don't know to eat.
I met a friend up there.
Show did.
Dang, y'all had a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Baby.
whole
will until she meet the guy that she feel as though that he's the one.
Right.
And when you meet him, then you unleash the veil.
Right.
Right. And he's a cutie pie.
And she said,
Oh, y'all
she
be
said he might be
Oh,
with
yeah.
the
We did the whole thing.
So when we were looking around, when he walked in, I said, I think that's him. And so I asked him, I said, are you anybody's husband? He said, no, I'm not. I said, well, you might be the one. And I said, well, I'm gonna walk out and walk back down the aisle to you. He said, huh? I said, I'm finna walk back down. I said, this don't remind you of the dream you had. He was like,
He said, oh no.
He said,
I said, well, we halfway there.
right. I said, so I said, y'all give me the music, the dun music, and I'm gonna walk back in. And so he can draw his memory of the vision he had of his bride. And I pulled that veil down that came with my wig.
That's a bad wig.
I didn't notice the net was to go with the lace one because I ain't never worn that. So I said it's some veils. I pulled that thing down on my
That
face.
lace front come way down
It
here.
came like this for they played the music. And he was just smiling. I see you smiling. And when I got to him, he did like this, baby. I cut his arm and get up out of there.
Yeah.
This girl went to the country buffet and got a husband.
I'm gonna tell y'all something so funny.
He a mechanic.
He really got his car.
He got his own business. He a mobile mechanic.
Yeah.
Baby, he come to the house.
Look.
He got to leave. Fix your car.
When he got ready to leave, he went outside and got a card. Put the card on the table. When he walked out, so I said, you know how you pass Spain?
Got them business, baby.
And then she took the veil back in and secured him under the
I took the whole wig out, put it in the car.
Yeah,
she
she
was gone.
Mission was
Yeah, that was
coming.
good. Yeah.
Oh, you got what you came for.
Mission was coming. So the lady was at the front counter. She said, what did another lady with y'all? She went ahead and had
She said that. I said, girl, over me, I had the wig on. She said, oh, Lord.
That stuff will just change your whole look.
But
I mean,
she was looking for a
She
whole
got a
lot.
I'm saying like
She like, I should have came to dinner with y'all. I should have came to lunch.
And he's a cutie
But
pie.
I tell you, ease on the eye.
He wasn't a red carpet boy.
She told me.
I mean, you look good on red carpet.
He was like, what that mean? She's like, we're gonna ask you to go with them. I mean, he was his sport. I mean, nice. And the long locks. I mean, I want to tell him I look like a mechanic. But he had on like the whole Dickie overall. I said, is that your uniform? For work? He said, not really. I kind of wear what I want to wear. I said, well, you look good in there. I said, you throw that on some Timbs and just roll. I said, you really working there? You like, oh, thank you. Because he left. He said, I'm going to see y'all later. I got to go to work. I said, all right. 5 minutes. No, by 7. You sat there for a minute. By 7, he came back to me. Oh, he put my vehicle. I said, this man could not leave without getting some kind of contact. I said, well, you know what? I don't have a car to give him another text. I said, him. I'm an overall like that. He told me that phone on him. Yeah. He was still, I know that man when I said that car, like, if I let her leave, I'm not going to ever see her.
Yeah.
You wasn't
He
going to have
said,
You came with the veil too quickly.
Right. Half the work already done. Because he was like, I said, have you thought about, you want a big wheel or small wheel? He said, I ain't really thought about it. I said, don't worry about it. I got it from here. I said, so when did y'all think about the wedding? The day before? He said, pretty much. I said, cool. I got it from you. Man, he was just blood. But he wasn't scared. He came and sat at the table with us, ate and everything.
Oh, nice.
And he was just asking questions. I said, well, all right.
Get to know me. She said, get to know me.
He was just asking questions. I said, okay, now.
Yeah.
Cool.
I ain't gonna lie. He had real spirit too. And he gave me his name. I'm not gonna say it on air. But his name, he knew the meaning of his name.
He knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He knows who he is.
Mhm.
He told me tonight, we said it means doctor. I said, hallelujah. Cause I told him, I said, I'm one too.
Mhm.
Cause I'm a minister of laughter.
Mhm.
And laughter is medicine.
Mhm.
So I'm a doctor also. So we both get
Exactly.
Wait a minute now. Stop that now. I'm serious. That's what I am. That's why I was saying,
The buffet.
I'm a doctor.
I know.
And the bug
Yeah.
I administer medicine. That's
Yes,
what I'm
honey.
saying. He knows who he is. You know, even though he works on cars, he knows.
But he's a doctor. Doctor's a car.
He
We
does.
got to add a
He
car
does.
for
They
transportation.
have to be diagnosed and they have to be
And got to
fixed.
be fixed.
Exactly.
I said, you good at what you do? He said, I am.
Mhm.
I said, well, then come for this, come on in.
I know that's right.
Mhm.
Ain't
Mhm.
nothing like
that.
He said, I do everything but change oil.
Yep. He said, I don't change on. He said, I do my own cars, but I don't mess with that. I said, well, I can do that. He said, yeah. I said, I want to learn something.
Y'all already got a plan.
Already.
Empire.
And then I got an old mother.
She tripping.
I mean, he knows stuff off the top of his head too. I got an old mother in the house, and I already know what's wrong with it. I already got quotes, so I'm trying to see what he's gonna
He
say.
know.
Right off
Yeah,
the top of
I
his head.
need to call your husband.
Right off the top.
Right.
I got an oil leak on my phone. He don't know.
We were sitting at the table. We were sitting at the table.
Tell him what happened. Tell him what
Small
happened.
fry said, Small fry said, okay, I'm gonna start calling you husband. So what's your name? He said, his name, and then she's, oh my God. He said, so what's your name? She said, wife.
I said, no, better.
He said, I should have known.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Even people that were eating at other tables broke out the laughing when she said,
It's a beautiful thing. When I look at comedians and I see comedians on stage, sometimes I'm like, man, I know at home they be cracking the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably one of them people that's like, man, this mother be having me laugh for the rest of my damn life.
Yeah. Exactly.
He was enjoying himself.
Yeah.
He was shy. At first he was kind of quiet, but then he just kind of warmed on up. Like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, he stuck that arm on out.
That's a sweet story.
We gotta see what the end gonna be.
Sharing
We
that.
gotta what they say, run on, see what the end gonna be.
Yeah.
I find out he's in the industry also.
Yeah,
He's a music, he does music producer and a rapper. I said, well,
and one of the waitress sings, so she gonna be in the choir
Yes.
for the conference.
No, okay.
it was a bunch of talent in there today.
Yeah.
And we were just, the atmosphere that was there, people felt like being themselves.
Uh-huh.
And they just came to the table like, this is what I do. Right.
Exactly.
It all worked out.
Exactly.
It all worked out.
I'm gonna get my water.
Okay.
It all worked out. So it was a beautiful day. On her birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. The big 09.
Happy
09.
birthday.
We're trying to go get some water for my throat. Y'all
Okay. We want to
It's boring. She said, be boring.
I don't know how to do that.
You gotta pull hard. Why my now so I do that?
The Lord while ago, so she go here.
Oh, my
rewind the tape.
Yes, yes.
This is awesome.
So we done had an awesome. I done had this the best birthday, y'all.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. I'm serious. Listen, we done had some breakthroughs, honey. No, I had a breakthrough. She had a breakthrough. She helped me break through.
That's good. You need this was
No, a real
You
breakthrough.
need it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
This is good.
Something I had never said nothing
You know about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
So now it's time to go to the next level.
I know that's right.
The next
We going
level.
higher, baby.
Yeah,
Higher
yeah.
and higher and higher.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we've been doing. Together.
Exactly.
We're doing it together.
Eh.
We're doing it together.
Yes,
We
and having fun doing it.
I know that's right. Every step of the way.
Ain't nobody got time to be looking over there.
Mm-mm.
Shoulder.
Me.
Exactly.
We enjoying this thing.
Exactly. Sister love.
It's our turn.
Sisterhood.
Yes.
Love.
Right. It's our turn.
Yes.
I promise.
Yes. Yes.
Showing how it's really done.
Oh, and speaking of the women's conference on May the 6th, I am the Light Women's Conference. We have comedian Small Fry. We have Cherise.
Yes.
We have Boss Chick.
Boss Chick.
We have Cheeky Brown from Loving Hip Hop.
Yeah.
We have Miss Williams from the Marvelous.
Yes.
We have Cheryl Cooley from Climax.
All right.
And we have me doing my song with a full gospel for the first time. Yeah.
Awesome.
And we have, oh my God, I can't think of it. Oh my God, I can't think of it. She's a designer for celebrities and
You
stuff.
better stop.
Van Miller.
Okay.
And so she's coming with some of her models.
Don't
Miss
play
Van
like
Miller's baby, yes.
Right.
And the lady that y'all know that be doing all these stage plays and stuff. Oh my God, she would be so sad if I can't think of her name. But she's gonna be one of the speakers. And she like dealt with domestic violence. So her stage plays be off the chain. For the Robinsons, I know y'all remember me being Vanessa Robinson in her stage play. But yes, and I'm still trying to think of her name.
Right.
Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Right.
It's on the tip of my
We'll
tongue.
put it in the comments.
But I got some powerful people going to be speaking at this conference and performing. Tina Brown performing.
Uh-oh.
She's
Oh,
performing.
this gonna be powerful.
Yeah, it
I can't
is
wait.
like off the chain.
And it's the weekend before Mother's Day too.
Yeah,
It's gonna be-
and I had a king
Come on.
to say that he wanted to speak in.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
I know. That's the dude.
We looking like,
for real. That's why I told him the other day when I was live, like this is not for play kings.
A
Like,
real king.
no, everybody kings. But he's a
He's a
crown
crown king
real
in another nation,
king.
right?
Yes.
oh, okay. And so this topic, maybe we'll just have to focus on uplifting the woman.
Yeah.
And we, a lot of times I know men that have named themselves after African great people who looked out for women in Africa, but themselves are not living that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
we just
Yeah.
make sure, you can beat somebody on the side or nothing. And
No, trust me. I got two of them. Kings. Like real.
yeah, they can be kings,
Of
but you
nations.
gotta check them out.
I know this. Of nations.
And that's cool too.
Yeah. And they really good people.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. As long as you know their character,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Really
they
good.
really,
Yeah.
not misogynist, like undercover or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, it do. Because a lot of them feel as though that a woman is beneath them.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So no, these right here, these two, they are awesome.
That's
The two that I know personally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. That's
Awesome.
beautiful. That's powerful.
Yes. Yes.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
so
That's powerful.
Yeah.
I might comb my hair. Well, I'm good now. I got it.
Oh yeah, you already know.
I need the bucket.
Then you gotta cut the you gotta cut the veil off.
I need a
You gotta cut the veil off
You
there.
know what? I'm gonna let you borrow when we go to dinner. So you pick yours one.
I just want to come with the baby.
Oh,
You gotta do the walk too. Show them the walk.
Yeah, let's see.
you gotta do the done.
No, not that walk. The walk with the hair. See, we need the wig. Like I'm just gonna say, we need the wig. Cause when she put that wig on, she had a totally different walk.
But she took it off after he left.
Yeah, but I did the thing.
Yeah, after she locked him in, and he found, like She took it out
In the restaurant.
She took it out in the restaurant. She was like, look, this is hot. I done did what I need to do there. And then she rolled it up. And like, well, see, I'm finna go to the car and put this in there. I did that.
He like them
He
too.
like the little plants.
So he like you girl.
Me.
Exactly.
So like the personality.
Two doctors.
All right now.
Exactly.
Two doctors.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
when you walked in the room, she brightened up differently.
What is this?
I mean, we all probably, laughed at her do that. But just when we were talking about deep things,
It's
And so I mean, I just see a whole nother woman.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Her light just shines.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
That's
what we need after
no way. I guess it was time.
You know what we need after
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
You know what we need?
Yeah.
Some chicken.
And some roast, because I didn't get a chance to have my roast.
Right. They
Yeah.
have roast in the bucket.
Yeah.
And the chicken, oh, I'm not going to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we don't. The chicken could have been better.
She said, I'm gonna do it to her.
Yeah. I was chewing for 20 minutes.
Oh, on the chicken.
Yeah.
Who
And
said
I
we
still
wasn't
didn't get
gonna
finished.
do it? Who said we wasn't gonna do it?
I couldn't help myself.
she kept doing it.
See that mic?
I couldn't stop about the mic.
We gave it on the side out there.
Hey, I told them. She said, "What can we do?"
Yes, she did.
Cook
They were very
chicken
concerned.
Marinate.
But I think it was under the light so long it made it.
It was over. Oh, that's what it was.
So we were waiting for
It was a buffet.
Yeah, we were waiting for the fresh chicken, but we had to go.
But I'm telling you, I chewed on it. I get a whole conversation. It felt like I was eating bubble gum. You know that hard bubble gum that be pulling your feeling out.
Right. Right.
The bubble gum to pull your feeling out.
It will though.
Yeah.
But we had the best time.
Yeah.
The energy in that room was awesome.
The people there are awesome.
It didn't even feel like a restaurant.
Yeah.
It felt like a
It
Yeah.
sounds like it. It's like
Yeah.
a whole experience.
Exactly. And I have fun. Like every time I go in there. Like one time I walked in there, everybody just started clapping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shoot, that's $5.
So that's a perfect place to go on your birthday. Huh?
Exactly.
But the lady that worked the counter, she was like, she always pretty. Every time she come in, she always get it up. She always pretty.
Capricorn. Yeah.
Right.
And they were like, we always have a good time.
And they
Every
were
time I
like,
said,
today she took it to a whole nother level. We love her. We love her.
They came in with your crown.
y'all right?
Praise the praise.
I am the light.
Yeah.
Light.
Yeah.
That's
So
how
you
you
got
gotta
your
do
girl
it.
a husband.
That's how you gotta do it. We gotta be alchemists. Transform the energy when you walk in and
Exactly.
be
I
yourself.
love doing it.
Declare joy, happiness, upliftment. Just
Exactly.
declare it, man.
I love doing it. I love going into places like the whole atmosphere change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Making people laugh. Like, that's
Yeah.
my practicing.
That's what we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, my practicing. But no, I've been like that all my life. Me and my brothers and
It's just your
stuff.
personality.
Yeah. But still, it's kind of is good practice and stuff to walk inside of a restaurant and stores and stuff and just the whole how everybody laughs.
You get rid of your stage fright and all that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what, like being a performer for so long, just realizing that
Yeah.
when you get up there, that's that power you have.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I ain't realize it at first, it's just a love making with the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just like you can, create the energy you want, declare the energy.
Right.
I've been rapping too, so
Yeah.
you can, your energy can be so hard. It just stops people, like you know what I mean? Like wait a
Exactly.
minute, like really look, if people are all doing this, doing that, but guess
Yeah.
what? I'm about to love all over you.
Yeah.
What I love doing the most is hosting.
when people think you're a host, it's the easiest gig
Yeah.
because you don't have to practice, you don't have to rehearse because I have the bands or whatever. You don't have to do none of that, and you just show up and be yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you have an opportunity to love on people, have fun, laugh. You know, and big people up as you know. I love doing radio. You know, we like to big people up, promote them, show them, highlight them, so you get to edify. You know, so it's just the bar. And so what we do, you know, we gotta do it. We gotta, you know, that's just who we are. That's why we do it. So even when you walk in a restaurant, you won't do it.
That's fun.
Yes.
And your gift will make room for you.
Exactly.
And my gift gonna get me a bachelorette room.
Hey,
Well,
they doing the
planning.
Hey, y'all see that video of the guy that he said that his brothers could be with the grooming, and so he made them flower boys.
I ain't seen it.
Girl, they ain't coming in there dancing and stuff. We gonna be flower girls.
All right, then.
Yeah. Throw the flowers.
Love it.
Do that. This Mr. Clyde calling me
It
home.
might be that
Tell that keep on calling.
It's 8
Or
yeah.
it might be
he
Miss
might
Clark.
have curfew.
It might be Miss Clark.
Mr. Clyde might have curfew.
Miss Clyde hang with us.
So are we live?
Yes, we are.
What we live on?
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube,
Hey, Nation.
Twitch, and another platform. Yes, honey. We live on like what? I put 8 platforms up
Wow.
at the same time.
Okay.
At the same time. Yeah. Yes. Dennis Parker said hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey. Devon Alfred, my sister said happy birthday. Hello, y'all.
Hello.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, y'all. It's been fun. It has been fun. And y'all just made my birthday just so,
We
so
ain't finished mine.
amazing.
Go on.
I know. We're going to eat
We're gonna go turn up.
with Mr. Clyde. Mr. Clyde pops.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are like we the kids now.
Right.
He don't have any kids, and he's awesome.
He's such a wonderful guy.
Beautiful spirit.
Really.
He's a big teddy bear that deserves everything.
Aww.
So February the 10th is his birthday party. Big Clyde. Yes.
So
And we're doing a red carpet. I would love for you to be here.
At the SC.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to get back to that son.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back. I'm so trying, but my son's birthday, because he's going to be here with his dad this right now. So his birthday is the 16th. So I'm gonna come back around his birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep in mind the 10th when I'm
Yes.
Because I would love to. I'm so glad I'm here for your birthday. This is so cool.
It worked out.
Yeah, this is so cool. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been having some powerful conversations.
Yes.
While I was there in Belize, and she's here, you know, talking for hours at a time, and you know, just really reconnecting.
Exactly.
You know, the sisterhood, the way that we always had, you know.
Girl, and it is a
like,
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, and it's beautiful when a lot of the women that I know connects.
Yeah.
Because what I try to surround myself, and I do that. I ain't gonna say try, because I started like stop. Okay. When I see a sign, I stop. Like ignoring those signs, because I am my sister's
Come
keeper.
on now.
I am a protector. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm dealing with somebody, then that person going to end up meeting another person that I'm dealing with. I'm gonna tell you, I had a video shoot up here one time, and it was like 12 females up here, and then nobody know each other other than Sylvia and another lady. But everybody's sitting up here laughing and talking, and one of them said, it feels so good to be around women that it's not jealous and looking at you sideways and all this stuff. And she started crying. So they done went from laughing and talking to Melissa, my sister. She had them like laughing, cracking up and stuff, telling jokes. And then Melissa done went to preaching. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they in there crying and stuff and testifying. And I was like, oh my God. Like, imagine, like, this is what I wanted when I got this, not just to do shows, but to actually touch people's lives and stuff. And for me to be meeting these sisters, that's my sisters, and then connect them. And we got this sisterhood going on.
Yeah. That's so important. It's a healing piece. You know, when we talk about the trauma that we've been through, the things that we've been through young, and you know, sisterhood is a very deep, important healing bond. Yes. You know, when you can have that platonic sisterhood.
Exactly.
Because we can identify with each other. And you know, mothers, we're the mothers of civilization, Black women. Yes. You know, we are the most degraded at the same time. You know what I mean? But we're very, very strong. We're the most voluptuous creatures on the planet at the same time. So we deal with a lot from young, you know, and you know, to have each other to talk to, even elder women. We need to connect with better and more.
Exactly.
You know, because we need them. They need us. We can do things they can't do, and vice versa. And so, you know, I need to be able to ask, you know, an older woman, I got this pain over here.
Come on,
I got this. Oh, girl, I've been through that and I had to do this. And you know what I mean?
We already got 6 of them. Out of the, like, we got the aunties.
Come on now.
I was at a McDonald's one day, and a lady came up to me and she just started talking to me. And then I was talking to having a conversation with her, and I walked out, you know, to get my table. And then another young lady, which is around my age, she looked at me, she said, your spirit is so bright, it makes me want to cry. And she started crying, and I was like, come here, you know, give me a hug, you know. And then the other lady came and sat with me that I was talking to the older lady. And then there was another lady that was at another table, and she just kept looking at us while we was talking, and I felt the energy of all these women at the tables and stuff. And I was like, you might as well just come on over here. You know, that's it. And so they finna go bowling with us. They was like, I want to go bowling. I want to go do this and do that. So we got the aunties, honey. We made the aunties.
So yes. Because some people I call older and not elders. Because they're not, they have an envy. For your youth, instead of just loving you and just being what we need an elder to be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, cancel that. And you know what I'm saying? and focus in on attracting the love. Real elders in your life, because it's a community, it's a tribe, it's a village.
And a lot of them need it too. You know, because those ladies said that they be up there in the same McDonald's every day for breakfast. You know, they don't really have that. So now they got this silly niece that, hey, like, what y'all want to do? Now we gonna go bowling. Look, it's a lady. Now I was doing Uber the other day, and I was talking to the boss chick. Look, I'm picking up this lady, and the lady with the walker thing, and she was like, so she get in the car, and I'm like, I said, ma'am, how do you fold this thing up? And she said, you're supposed to know how to do it. I'm still trying to find, like, okay, this is my elder. I'm like, keep on trying to do this. I'm like, I can't figure it out. Ma'am, how do you, I said, I said, look, well, first thing, you not going to get in my car. Talk smart, I'm going to put you up out of here. Just as slow as you got in, you want to slowly get up out of here.
Where you at? I need your location.
She was like, she said, I'm just playing with you.
First of all, I can see the head. First of all.
So how about this lady? Like, she's our aunt now. Ball Chip was on this finger file. She said, I want to go with y'all. I want to go with y'all and y'all go skate. I can't walk that that good. I said, then why you get your butt in there and sit down?
I said the only
somewhere.
that's the only qualification. I said you crazy because we pray upon crazy fun women. She said, yeah. I said, well, you in the game.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But that just made her day. You know what I'm saying? That just and the thing is, I want to treat them like they family because they need that. They need that, and it ain't doing it in the intention of getting smart with them because I was raised to respect my elders. But I know sometimes what they need because I was around all of them all the time. I was that little girl that sit on the porch with my grandmama every day. And be like, Grandmama, why do grown folk be talking about people? She's like, baby, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody talk about you hit on that. I gonna say you hold your shoulders back and your head up, and you make sure you stretch yourself when you walk across that road. You know
That's
what I'm
right, Grandma.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
powerful
powerful to have that. See, that's what's playing in your subconscious too. That's why you're so powerful. That's why you stayed the light, no matter what trauma you went through. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a great balance for you to have a woman in your life, your grandmother at that, that uplifted you, gave you empowering messages to hold at a young age, and to be, to tell you how to walk and how to stand. Hold your confidence no matter what the Bible is saying. Oh, that's powerful.
Exactly.
I didn't have that.
I was a little bitty kid that used to go from house to house. Miss Corrine, like I was everywhere. And Miss Corrine taught me how to sew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I got one of my first jobs. You know, just because she taught me how to sew as a little bitty girl. You know, so we need that.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be doing for us with the communities and stuff, with this women empowerment group.
Yeah, we need the little teenagers to be there. You know, we need the teenagers to be in a place. Like if you have teenagers, bring your teenagers. We'll have some type of group or some type of meeting or some type of session, like a rites of passage or you know, something for them to be able to partake and experience it as well.
And see, I want to introduce y'all to Lydwr Llc as well. That's one of the sisters, and then she just she tried to introduce me to somebody else, but ended up already doing like from Lydwr event. Yeah, so we introduced ourselves and got to know each other. So when Lydwr was like, "Look, both of y'all powerful, and I want to introduce y'all and stuff," the girl said, "What's your Facebook page?" And she was like, "We got a picture together."
Oh, wow.
And so it's like a bunch of it, not just them two. It's even more. Melissa Alford, she got a nonprofit organization where she does amazing things in the community and stuff. So I supposed to have a meeting with them and stuff. It's supposed to be today, but then some things came up for them. But I wanted to start a thing that's called the village.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because people have gotten away from the village.
Yes.
The village helped raise the kids. It still takes a village.
Yes.
You know, should no child be hungry and be over their friend house and stuff, and their friend family finna get ready to eat something, and then they tell them, "Baby, you know you gotta go home. We get ready to eat." No, we wasn't raised like that. Whoever's at that house, they ate, and we didn't care if we got a half of a piece of chicken. So our friend could eat because that was our real friend. That was our sister of our brother. So you see what I'm saying?
We were true neighbors.
Exactly. People are teaching their kids to be selfish now.
Yes.
It's a culture of individualism that, you know, we take on the characteristics of the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? They're individualistic society. You know, so, you know, our culture.
One more big word.
I'm sorry. That's just me. I know you got me there. I'm like, but look,
I don't know words like that.
I know exactly what I'm saying though. So, you know, but our culture, you know, before, like you said before, it was different. And that's the thing, we have to reintroduce the culture of, you know, society, us as a people. You know, focus on us. Like if you walk in somebody's house and you see the kitchen's dirty and mama's too busy to do anything.
We get that clean.
Yeah, you know, because so many times I see, you know, even in a family household, grown people are letting too much go by without being a part of the living and helping hand and helping out and
to everybody, because everybody can get things done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everybody can get things done if we work together. But people, I don't know. It's just like this lazy ass culture that has developed. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody want to sit around and watch stuff and play games and be on their phone and sit there, but we can't allow it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's part of a mama's thing. You know what I'm saying? We cannot allow our teenagers to do that. We can't allow grown-ups to come in our house and do that. We have to lay down that culture and say, look, if you're around here, you see things need to be done, you're going to come and ask me for something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going to ask me, can you this, can you that, can you do this, can you have that? You know what I mean? But can you be a part of me having this to give you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like logic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna tell you what I appreciate my dad doing with me and my brothers with kids and stuff, and that's giving us chores and an allowance, because it taught us how to work for our stuff. He didn't buy just one person something. Every time he bought something, all three of us got something. And you didn't cry for the other person's toy or whatever you want from them. And it taught us to take care of our own stuff. So me and my brothers, we can have stuff for years and it still look brand new, because we was taught like, look, exactly. And I'm gonna say, collect on this right here, because I got this in my book that I read and I'm writing and stuff. Don't take something from another child to give to another child just because their child is crying for it. Because what you're doing is creating enemies.
Yes.
It's so many kids that reject their brother and their sister all because of the parent and what the parent did. And it's not that other sibling fault. It's how the parent, like,
they show favoritism.
Yeah, not just favoritism, but you might be the oldest, and you got to give them whatever they want because they crying for it.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel as though that's right. I feel like like I said, my dad, I was the oldest. We all got a toy. Do not tear your toy up. And if you want to play with it, you have to ask for it. And if they say no, you respect it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it taught us to take care of what we hate.
And to respect each other.
Exactly. Respect each other. Because guess what? That's why we see a lot of cute men in prison and stuff, because they were the one they mama done babied them and stuff and spoiled them and gave them everything, and then when they get grown and then somebody said no to them, they have a fit, and then they want to get out and rob and steal. They want to take something because that's what they was used to doing.
They feel
They
like
want to give it to them. They ain't gonna break it.
I experienced that firsthand with my siblings, and they come out feeling like the world owes something.
Right.
And they don't have that motivation to go get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Entitled. Like they supposed to have.
Exactly.
There's a lot of men like that.
Exactly.
Well, that's what was wrong with the men these days. They only just going to take care of them.
Yeah.
I call them overly mother boys and overly independent girls, because a lot of times we don't have the fathers in that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the girls, all we learn is to be overly independent. We don't know how to let a man be a man.
Exactly.
And the boys, they just overly mother. They used to be and taking care of parent, because women without a man in the house are going to be too emotional, in their upbringing of a boy. So now they are, all used to being manipulative and manipulating a woman, because you're going to easy boys will manipulate. I got 2 boys, and even my youngest is worse than the oldest. And I gotta train my own brain, like Sharice. No, you gotta give it to them. Because it's hard. Because it's natural.
Yeah.
It's not natural to just raise a child by yourself. I'm thankful for my son's father. That's one of the things that I talk to people a lot about is co-parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to have these children and not be together and have peace, happiness in a situation that is good for their development.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's doable. If we can take our selfish emotional attachments out of the situation. You know what I mean? It ain't easy all the time. Me and my son's father, we went through something first. You know what I mean? But I kept being in love with him. Regardless, I just kept loving him. Like, because me, I had the ability to do that. He was the bitter one. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, look, we got to get better with this. I just kept loving him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when I see you, can I get a hug? Or, you know, we don't have to be like that.
Yes.
You know, but now he's I'm really, really just so happy to have him as my son's father. If I can't be with somebody I got child with, you know, because it's a great situation. And I tell people that we can do this. We was asked to speak at a festival. I actually coordinated the festival. The person who owned the thing, you know, they asked us to speak on co-parenting. You know, because
that's awesome.
Because people in the community know, you know, that we're not together, but we have a great situation when it comes to how we raise our son together. You know what I mean? So I'm not alone, you know, but still I'm alone a lot because I live in another country for most of the time now. You know what I mean? And he's here. You know what I mean? And so I still have to deal with, you know, not having that masculine energy with a boy. And that is not easy because I can't be the dad and the mom. You know, but I gotta be. And so now I gotta be nurturing mommy, oh, come here, baby. And I say, get this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get them.
It's true.
If you don't get them, they're gonna manipulate.
Exactly.
It's true.
Look, I want to ask y'all this right here, since you talked about that right there, the woman raising a son and stuff, and the mother and the father and stuff. It's a conversation that me and this guy had one time about a woman being able to raise a little boy and a man being able to raise a little girl. Now, I told him I feel that a woman can actually raise the little boy to be a man if she had those good male figures around her, something that she can, you know what I'm saying, relate it to, or like my father. Like, I know how to raise a little boy to be a man for the simple fact that I had strong men around me. That's my dad, my granddad, my uncles, my cousin, even my brothers. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I know how to. But his mother, he didn't have a father in the household, and his mother couldn't raise him. You see what I'm saying? She sent him to his brother when he got like 12, 13. So he felt like, hey, no woman raised a little boy to be a man.
Well, it goes back to the village you were speaking of, you know, having men understand that's around. You can't be, say, you my friend, or you want to date me, or you want to, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be my family member you love, so you love me so much, you love us so much, and you show up only on these holidays or this, that. You know this boy is in the house, you know, with just a woman, you know what I mean? Why don't you come pick him up sometime? Why don't you know, because it is a thing that men can only get from, boys can only get from men. And it is a thing that girls can only get from women. You know, while it's not that you can't raise a successful, you know, boy in a single mother home, you know, but still it is better for a boy to have masculine energy in a male figure that's positive. You know, to you know, if his balls is doing something, you know, I can't tell my son.
Exactly. But I'm gonna say this right here, even though I had the male, the husband, but my mother and the father in the household, I still learned a lot of stuff from aunts and cousins and stuff like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, or even friends. A lot of stuff I learned from my friends. So therefore, still everybody is going to learn something outside of the household.
That's right.
Especially being in sports and stuff. You know, me being in sports, you got your coaches, I had my choir director in school, choir director in church, my teachers. We all going to learn. Everybody is going to learn something from outside schooling and everything.
And be inspired by something.
Exactly. So that is males and females around the child. But in reality, what I'm talking about is in that household. You see what I'm saying? That he feel like, no, a woman can. I mean, he had a real B-fit.
Well, you
know what I'm saying about B-fit.
But look at
He's
this,
I'm
I
gonna let you say.
gotta understand him though.
And he acted just like his mama right there when he had that B-fit.
But I'm saying I can understand his perspective though.
He's bitter. He's
His
angry.
perspective
Yeah,
is all
he
that he
is.
knows. His perspective is all that he knows.
Right.
Exactly.
It's his
Exactly.
perspective is.
And I kept telling him, I was
Shut
like,
up.
why are you getting upset? I said, I do radio. I'm a radio host. I can have a whole conversation for hours and stuff with people and stuff, and ain't nobody got to get upset. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. I respect your opinion, and I love good conversation. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you said that, but think about this. That don't mean you got to agree with me. I just want you to hear what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't want to do that, and I was explaining. I said that to him. I'm like, we don't have to be enemies.
Right.
Oh, it got to the point like he had a real fit.
It touched something that he had dealt with.
Yeah.
That's that trauma. He him not having his father, and that's my partake on it. Is that yes, a woman can do it or a man can do it. Because sometimes that's all it is. But it go back to the village. But I am a firm believer that is we as people have to understand both are necessary, both are important, and we have to stop this because I'm a woman, I'm a strong woman, I can do this, I don't need. I hate that. We were not designed to get along.
Right.
I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I don't need a man. I can do it on my own. I do it on my own.
Every time I see a woman on social media and stuff talking about they don't need no man, I think about all their uncles and cousins and granddaddies and stuff that they keep them from having a good, decent relationship because they keep calling them for everything. You need a man, you just don't have your own. And your daddy, your uncle, your granddaddy, your cousin, them is not your man.
Right, and the
But
woman,
you treated them,
Get
but
tired.
you calling on them like they your
and
man.
that woman gets tired.
You,
Guess
in
what?
reality, you need a man, sis.
Without the man's sperm, your ass would not exist.
Exactly.
And that's it.
You would not exist without that seed.
As strong as I am,
Yes.
as strong as I am, I need a man.
Yes.
My daddy used to talk to me all the time. I was a daddy girl, so I used to just follow behind him and stuff. And my dad was like, look, I want you to know how to do everything.
Exactly.
If it could be built, you can do
You
it.
can do it. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If this could be, you can do it. That was his phrase. If it can be done, you can do it. He said, I want you to learn everything so you'll know how to take care of yourself, just in case you don't find no good man.
I like that.
Not saying that I would, because I had good men and stuff, but shoot, I'm glad that instead of me waiting for my ex-husband to build the shelf, I'll be like calling him at work, baby, bring me 2 4x4s and stuff. I got this shelf inside I want to build.
Yes.
But guess what? Yeah, like the girl we talking about, I could go out and get the 2x4s and whatever.
Exactly.
Guess what? No, why not? Why you don't have to?
Exactly.
I be around men and I'll lift stuff and do stuff. I do whatever I got to do. But the man is right there. I'm like, I ain't doing that. You know,
They say every superwoman wants to be a Superman.
That's right. That's right. Don't just do it.
Exactly.
So I want to do like the social research. I'm into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see if these women who, are, I like to call my theories the overly independent woman. You know what I'm saying? Did they have the father like what you got?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did they have father or men in their lives that made them feel safe?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That see them as
Right.
precious.
Right.
You know, and I tell men, you gotta see your daughter. You gotta make your daughters feel precious. You gotta make them feel safe, or they're gonna go looking for it, or they're gonna shut it off. I don't
Exactly.
need it.
Right. That's right.
I'm back in the process of rewriting my book because an ex actually deleted it after he read it. I know he felt some type of way. I wrote it before I met him, but just what was in there, I know he felt some type of way. And it's understandable because it didn't do step close and stuff, but it was called The Disappointments of the Baby Boy. And when I'm talking about a baby boy, I'm talking about the grown man. The disappointments of the baby boy. How women manipulate their sons, telling them not to trust no woman. You don't trust no woman, only trust me and stuff. And you send them up for failure. And then they're not even realizing why They not even realizing why their life is so
It be some
messed up.
smart, fine, dope
Baby,
women that
baby,
just be
sometimes, don't you
They
give
just-
these
they-
women your money? They gonna take out and then, but baby, gonna get that good job because you gonna take care of mama. Who taking the energy?
Right. And that's
She don't want, but guess what? A lot of women that got a good man, they don't do their sons like that. Because they got a man.
Right.
It'd be a lot of them women that feel as though that they can't find the type of man that they want. Every woman wants to be a man's king, a queen.
yes.
Every woman wants to be a man's queen. And guess what? When she can't find it and she got a son, a lot of times that woman start manipulating and saying, and some of them is unknowing. Because a lady interviewed me one time, and when I told her about that book, that lady was so amazing stuff, and she said, I did not know I was doing that to my son.
And you know what they end up doing? They end up developing a soul tie with that child. And so when the man grows up and wants to fall in love with a woman, he can't.
Yeah.
Because the way he's supposed to feel about her, he still feels about mom.
Exactly.
Ooh.
And
And
when
you
the
done
woman-
said a
I'm
whole
telling
lot
you,
right
Exactly.
I
For
married
real.
these
Yeah.
guys before.
Yeah.
And so what
How many marriages you
A bunch of them. I promise.
With the soul ties too.
So they say I don't look
Yeah.
like what I've been through. So
Yeah.
what ends up happening when they try to fall in love, and when they try to be for that woman, and the woman like they fall in love for real, and the woman challenges them to be that man, they can't do it. They would rather ball up and go back home.
Yeah.
They
Shit,
ball.
I done sent a couple home.
I'm serious.
I was like, your mama ain't done. Your mama ain't
Yeah.
done. But that's
But see-
developing narcissists too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
They end up going back home.
Exactly.
But this is what happened. I talked to my pastor about it. I said, what is this? And he said he never got off his mama's breast. Because at a certain point, a boy's supposed to get off mama's breast and let the man teach him how to be a man. Now his dad was at home, but his dad didn't rule that house.
The woman was.
The woman.
And that happens.
And it happens every time that man. I mean, I had conversations with her and him and the dad. I was like, what is going on with them? And what happened? The man will bow down to the mom, to the mother. Like he's like, I need him to come out here and help him mow his grave. He all right. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
He all right. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Then because she was baby.
And that's what I'm saying. She was running the house. There's nothing wrong with a woman kind of running the house and a man being a man still. But
Yeah.
the way she was running
But with
it,
a son,
the way she was doing it, you know,
Yeah, with a son,
you cannot, like I was just talking about earlier, you know, they're gonna, you know, feel like they're entitled to something outside of working for something. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, you know, be like the overly mother thing.
Yeah.
They expect you to do what she do.
right? And when you don't do it, they look at you like you're something like something wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. This is your job. This is your job. And this is my job.
Because a
We
real
both work
man,
together.
know that the woman is the boss. You know what I'm saying? But
He's still in the boss.
it's still a submissive nature to us.
Exactly.
So that's the balance. It's like women, we're more bendable.
Yeah.
Blow with the wind. They're
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just nature.
Exactly.
And it's okay for, you know, when I have a man that I respect and he making sense, I can be submissive. This makes some damn sense.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? A woman is detail oriented. She is the mama. She is the one coordinating, organizing. You know what I mean? We're running shit. You know what I'm saying? But the man, yeah, he got that foot down thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What happened is, technically, the woman runs it.
Yeah.
Like a manager. Like she
Yeah,
runs the store.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
if there's a man in the home, he owns the store.
Exactly.
His job is basically to say, this is the vision I have for my family.
And he sat back and relaxed
and he
and not deal with all the stress of the household because the woman is
He
running.
the protector out here.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? He running stuff out there. Like when it comes down to it, he the protector, and I'm running stuff on the inside, and he making sure we're secure, making sure we got what we need, make sure we got the masculine thing that the man's supposed to be doing. He doing. You know what I'm saying? He could go and work, and he gonna have me some money and say, go do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those women that's just gonna stay home. I don't give a fuck how much a man works. Or how much you make. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have some more boo boo because
It is so sad to me when at
But
Like my ex-husband, he was 6'5", used to play football, ex-police officer. So I know I can't whoop him, but guess what?
He didn't know
I
didn't think I could.
He made me feel like that situation where they said, "Man, here go your wife." Okay. You see what I'm saying? It's just sexy to me. But knowing, like he know he's the boss,
Right.
but he let me have my way.
Right.
And guess what? That means he have his way.
Right.
And there it is.
But they say happy wife, happy home.
That's
The smart men know that. You see what I'm saying? Because the wise men know that. Because if you making us feel special, and like, okay, so I'm able to do this. I mean, look at him. Like, he let me have my way and stuff. I do my little power thing. He gonna give me this and stuff. And guess what? We gonna make sure you don't need
That's right.
I wash the clothes, fold the clothes, hang the clothes, make sure you got dinner every day, make sure you got lunch to take to work every day. Yeah, I am that woman. I am that woman. You see what I'm saying?
We Capricorn girl, we caretaker. We gonna take care of everything.
Yeah.
And people gonna be looking at you like, how you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
That's motivation, honey, because my man got me. And he let me be the boss.
Motivation.
So guess what? Even though I know he the boss, he let me be the boss. And everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ain't got to worry about me being sad and pounding stuff just because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a team.
Exactly.
That's
My dad, I could see my dad. My mama was a power. So I know I needed a man just like my dad because I realized I'm kind of like my mom. You see what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, but I realized exactly. When I got older, I realized that I act like my mama right there. Because my mama was spoiled. My dad had a spoiled. She gave up the family already. And my dad had a spoiled. You see what I'm saying? So that's a double whammy. And like, I see my dad, like, she could be sitting there in her little spoiled mode and trying to talk to him. And my dad would be sitting there and watch that whole football game like ain't nobody saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And he would just sit there, and she could just go on and on and on, and then it not bother him, not one bit. And I was like, I want one of those.
I want one of those.
Yeah, I want one of them because they're strong mentally.
Mm-hmm.
They're strong mentally. Any man that feels as though that he got to buck up against a female and stuff, and you know that you was born to be stronger. So you feel as though you got to buck up against a woman and challenge a woman and stuff just because a woman is in her feelings. We got all type of stuff going on with our hormones and everything and stuff that be making us feel one type of way one day and then another way the next day. But it takes a strong man to understand that is a woman, and I do not have to say that, and it do not make me less of a man because I'm a man every day, whether she say I am or not. You see what I'm saying? And by him not challenging her shows how strong he is.
Exactly.
Because it's just like a dog barking.
A lot of times they're emotional, too emotional. You know, and that's the thing, the emotions get them.
Yeah.
To be able to master the emotions. Even for us, you know, we gotta do better.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
we can always do better.
we
That's what I'm saying. We always doing better. You know, always
Yeah.
work to do better. We right where we supposed to be, perfect with our imperfections, but you know, just work to always do better. But you know, women, we're gonna be more emotional naturally.
Exactly.
And Capricorns are very emotional.
Yeah.
And men, you know, when they're emotional, it's very strong. It's very, because their energy is masculine, and then they're all emotional. Just too much.
Yeah.
I don't like no overly emotional man. And just, you know, I like laid back energy. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they gonna make me come around you and be like, man, what you gonna do?
Because sometimes things get busy. Things get busy. Or, you know, men that can't handle they can't, you know, it's just like, just chill out. We can get busy and we can be having fun with it.
Exactly.
And we can just be kissing and loving each other. And we can, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just a growth and development piece. It's not a judgment call, but everybody been through what they been through and have their experience that causing them to, you know, be how they are. Some people are just traumatized young, and you know what I mean.
it affects them in their manhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But just understand that it's something that it needs to be not ignored. You know,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one thing about it, the guys that I'm gonna say before I came here, and I'm not gonna mention where here is, you have to look it up. But before I came here, the guys that I dated was from Mississippi. I'm gonna say that. And they were so mentally strong to it. Because I'm spoiled. I'm the only girl. I am so spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
But they were so mentally strong, and I love that. It did not bother them about me being in it. Like me and being married in my 20s and stuff, I could be out, something happened, and not get it, I body slam somebody, then I call my husband at 6'5" and stuff, and he come through the door, and then they're like, oh, what she call that big old dude and stuff, but it feels good. But then now it's, I need to go back to him. But anyway,
Right.
I know that's a magic wig.
Yeah.
Where magic wig at?
She need to walk through.
Girl, magic
She need to walk through.
I don't want no anything that I can.
You say you need to go get
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Oh.
You said that on the mic.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh, you
I'm
would?
just playing.
Oh, you would?
She thought about that, didn't she? She put you.
You was up right in 20 minutes.
And then she had a click. It was like, I need to go.
I need to go back in. Like she just had a wake-up call.
You know what, Clint? You know what, Clint?
She had a breakthrough.
You know what, Clint? The week was that I dated.
Yeah,
That
Clint.
Clint. It's like when you think
Like,
back,
I had it all.
but at the same time, we know things are for a season and stuff because there's a lot of things that he helped me.
Let him raise the
things
bar.
I helped
Let him
him
raise
with.
the bar, though.
Exactly.
I set the standard.
Exactly. But I forgot what I was finna say.
Because you
y'all.
still think about 6'5".
Yeah. I said, see that? That's how I been like that stuff and stuff. I was in a line and stuff. I turned around and looked down like.
That's okay. I'm gonna ask one question. I'm gonna leave it alone. Is he remarried? Is he married?
He just got married.
Just how long ago?
Just. What? Yeah.
What's
A year.
Yeah, it's been like, 2 years.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right.
But I'm going to say this right here. I'm like, no, I want him to be happy. And I'm going to say this, and I already know a lot of people. I'm like, what you leaving for? Like, everything is not meant for.
Yeah,
Everything is not meant to be forever. But you don't forget who actually really loves you.
Right.
And who had your back.
That's right.
So that don't mean that you got to be enemy with somebody just because you're not with them.
How long ago was it?
Maturity.
How long ago was it?
I've been in Georgia for 17 years.
So, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, I was moving. Okay, let me break it down. I've been married twice. So the first marriage, 3 days after I got married, I was boxing at this boxing thing and stuff. Professional boxing. I'm not gonna call it that.
Capricorn. She did 1,500 damn things.
Yeah. They seen me, this real big boxer in the industry. Him and his manager seen me. They stopped what they was doing, walked over to me, and they was like, "Excuse me, you a boxer?" I was like, "No, I just know how to fight real." And the trainer was, the manager was like, "Man, if you let me train, you'll be untouchable." I said, "I'm untouchable now." He's like, and he was like, "I will sign you right today." They was like, "It's this lady that can't nobody beat, and we want you to go fight her." So the way that I was raised is you discuss stuff with your partner.
Right.
Biggest mistake. But I was like, I just got married. I want to talk to my husband. So I talked to him, and he was explaining about all the issues that boxers have after so many years of fighting. But I was like, but this is what I do. And from a child, like, I love to fight. Like, this is what I do. Like, but him breaking it down out of respect, I didn't sign the contract. And then when Layla came in to fight the girl, the white chick that couldn't have beat, that's who I would have found if I'd have signed that contract. But I turned it down. Okay, so after that, that's how Living Your Dreams with Rosita came about. I was in my 20s. That's how Living Your Dreams with Rosita came about. When I say in every end of my interviews, let no one and nothing stop you from following your dream, because to this day, I still kind of regret not signing that contract. And when my dad found out about it, he was upset. But my dad knew I was a fighter. You see what I'm saying? You know, so he loved the fact that I knew how to protect myself. Now, I'm a bad girl. You know what I'm saying? Like something that I met my dad or his daughter coming. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he was so upset that I did not sign that contract. So, and I'm still upset that I did not sign that contract, and then end up not with the guy. So, after him, no one and nothing is finna stop me from following my dream. You see what I'm saying? So, my second husband, it was an offer. Hey, and it's not like I want to come to Georgia. I actually I filled out an application with Delta. I mean, there was like signs guiding me here. And I did not want to come here. I kept turning them down. I met a lady that was the hiring manager for Delta, and basically was hired immediately. So she was like, I just want you to meet the other, ladies that does with us with the hiring and stuff, and you're gonna be at the meeting and do this, and you already hired, basically. I go to the meeting, meet them and stuff, and they said, you got to go to Georgia. I said, I don't want to go to Georgia.
Where were you?
I was in Memphis. I don't want to move to Georgia, and then it was something else. After something else trying to get me here in Georgia. And I'm like, you see, I grew up in church. My dad was a preacher, so my granddad was a preacher. So I'm like, okay, God, this is a sign that he keeps trying to guide me to Georgia, but I don't want to go, And so when I decided to come here, it was more so like, hey, man, I'm going to Georgia to do the stuff in the industry, and he already had me in the studio. He was like, he one of them guys like, hey, you good? Go to the studio, have some fun, And so he felt like, you can do it here. I'm like, no, something keep trying to get me to Georgia. I do not want to go to Georgia, but something keep trying to, and I want you to go with me. He said, I used to live in Georgia, and I don't like how the people treat each other. And so he from Mississippi like me, so down there in Mississippi, everybody know, we be riding down the street waving their phone. We ain't even got to know you. Like, hey, how you doing? So to be walking around and there's a lot of people like frowning up, and you speak to them, and then they turn their nose and turn their head like you done did something to them. Like a lot of people can't, so, and he said folks kept trying to get him caught up, and I understand that because since I've been here, it's been 3 guys that called the police on me like I done did something to them because I was trying to break up with them. So they act like females, so I done caught up. So now I understand what he was saying because he had lived here and experienced the things that I am experiencing dealing with folks. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't want to come back here because of how the experiences he had while he was here. He was like, but we can still have that relationship, we can still be married and I helped you with whatever. And I'm like, but I'm not coming back there. And you already said that you're not coming here. So,
but he didn't try to stop you.
No, he did.
He did.
Oh yeah, he did. But I'm a Capricorn. You can't stop me from doing that unless I agree to listen to you stop
it. You wasn't going to let nobody stop you again.
Exactly. Right. So that was how that came about. Like, so it wasn't that.
So the 6'5" was the one in Memphis.
Yeah,
second
both of them was in Memphis.
So the
Both of
second
them
husband was
Yes,
was the
exactly.
second one that didn't want to come to Georgia.
Yeah.
So that's how y'all broke up.
Yeah. So it was like the love was still there, like everything and stuff. But it was just like, hey, I'm not moving there. I'm not coming back there, and he's not coming back here. You know, so like, you know, and I don't want to cheat on you, so we might as well get divorced.
I know, right?
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be here and not go on dates and stuff and not see nobody. So like,
you had that span.
Yeah.
You knew in your spirit what was there for your expansion.
Yeah. So if he had a cane, then we would be still together. Or if I had a stayed, then we would be still together.
But you got on purpose.
Exactly. But I'm gonna tell you something. What happened with this situation? And that's why I tell folks all the time. Sometimes the seasons is always for a reason because of what happened. When I met him and his mother wasn't really getting along real good. They weren't really talking. When she had him, she had a one night stand with his father. You see what I'm saying? But you know, the next day he driving past the house with another female. They were teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So when she found out she was pregnant and had the child, she moved to Chicago. So when she had the child, his grandparents raised him. You see what I'm saying? So he had that anger inside of him. The father not there, the mother not there. And so when he met me, I would talk to him because I was determined to meet his mom. I want to meet your mom. So what I did was build a relationship with his mom. And then every day that he got out of work, I'd be talking on the phone with his mom, and I'd be like, hey, baby, hold the phone. Holler at your mom. Your mom on the phone. Let me fix your plate. So that was my way of building their relationship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
And then I'm like, okay, let's find your father folks. So he ended up finding his sister. He ended up finding out that he had a sister that was married to a professional baseball player. You know, so they ended up meeting. So, and he told one of my classmates work with him right now. And he said, if it wasn't for Rosita, she helped build the relationship that I had with my mom, and me and my mom being really close. You see what I'm saying? And he said, I miss Mama Rose. He was talking about Mama. Yeah, because he loved my brothers and my mom there, because he was the only child. You know, and my brothers was his brother. My family was his family immediately. So I know that he missed that, and I told him he don't have to be away from my family just because he feels as though it's awkward. Because but my family missed him. So he felt it was awkward because I wasn't there and he was at the family gatherings. You know, exactly, because
why he gonna get with somebody, he can't bring them to the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he can.
But he gonna feel funny, and she probably will feel funny.
No, until she meet me. You see, where are we from? Right.
I mean, it's cool.
Baby mamas, girlfriends, baby daddies, all of us get a like we can get along.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I did with my first ex-husband. When I went down there and I went to see him, and I said I want to see the boys, and they in their 20s now. Guess what? They were like, "Mom, Rosita here." And guess what? They had to wait for her to take her braids down because she wanted to come too, you know. And we sat there barbecued and everything. Oh, guess what? Like I explained to her when I first met her, we can play like kids. It'd be like some bees playing around with each other, or we could be like some grown women for the kids.
That's right.
Either way, I'm going to accommodate you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going nowhere, and I have to be around your kids.
That's right.
And I'm going to respect your kids, treat them like they're mine.
Yeah.
So guess what I started doing? Taking her other son with us to different events and stuff, because I know they were having fun with me.
Right.
You needed a story to tell too when they got wrong. When Rosita did this and we did this and stuff, like
it takes a certain character and spirit.
Exactly.
You know, that's how it's supposed to be. Like I was talking about the co-parenting thing.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
supposed to be able to, if I get with somebody, my son's father is supposed to be able to, if he get with somebody, I'm like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like my oldest son, I met the lady, he got married, we broke up when my oldest son is 23. We broke up when my son was 18 months. And, we went on with our lives. He got married like 10 years later. Maybe my son was born on 11 or 12. And me and him stayed friends, but when he got married, I was taking my son to visit him one time because it was like Atlanta to Ohio all the time, to take my son. And I went to take him one time and he had got married and I hugged her and I said, congratulations, and that's how I am. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? You got my son, you know what I mean? Like, but the women need to be able to, be cool, but she would find every reason just to be mean and cold and talk bad about me. And and I was just like, she was just very jealous of the fact that she would never have children with my son's father. And you know what I'm saying? And me and my son's father was cool, you know what I'm saying? But once he got married, we were not cool anymore. Never talked. We were friends. You know what I'm saying? That was my friend. Like, I didn't want to be with him. I left him because I didn't want to be, but it was just one of the things. Like you said, it's a season. And I made a decision that I didn't want to be with him anymore. It just wasn't working for me. I needed a different expansion. There's certain things I wanted to do, we went into. It was just too different.
Yeah.
Once I started growing, you know what I mean. And we were cool, yo. I loved it. I loved that the way we were. But when he married her, we never talked again. We don't talk anymore. It just was over. So some people are like that, but it hurts my heart because I'm so opposite. Like, I just want to have that community, that family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like my son's father now, I was trying to find him a girlfriend. he need a girlfriend. I'm like, man, my son's father now, he needs some feminine energy. I was like, man, you want a date? And she, that's cool.
You're over it. I mean,
Look, we're not emotionally attached to it. I don't.
Didn't I say that earlier when we were saying that? I was like, I told my first husband, I'm like, you are a very handsome guy. Why don't you find you a woman?
And I'm the same way.
Right.
I'm done. Go on.
Exactly.
But it's love, though.
When you are real friends,
it's love.
Real
when you really
friends
love somebody,
don't
love them.
fail.
That's right. When
In
you
a
love
relationship,
somebody, love don't
you're
fail.
supposed to be a friend first.
Right.
And even if it doesn't work out,
Mm-hmm.
you wish them well.
Right.
You wish them happiness. Anything that I could do for you, I will be there for you. You see what I'm saying? You don't wish evil on them and try to cause them harm or try to put them in situations.
I just bounce back and affect you.
Exactly.
And it affects the children. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, can we be really, truly, we say all this stuff, we're this and we're that, but can you be about the babies?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Can you get over yourself?
Exactly.
And get over your emotional attachment to things that don't matter. It don't even matter. It's just this illusion. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, you know what I'm saying, you're hurting the baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, to be able to like you said, real friends don't fail.
Exactly.
And so, real love, when you, I love you, in the days when it's all, I love you, I just so love. Okay, where'd it go?
Yeah.
It don't go nowhere.
Because it wasn't a friendship.
It wasn't real.
But see, like I said, it wasn't a friendship there.
Mm-hmm.
You can, what I'm saying, friend, that's relationship. Not be the guy to talk about a relationship. We need to see, can we be friends? Because even if it doesn't work out, guess what? I'm not going to do no dumb stuff towards you.
Right.
Because you are my friend first.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
That's love.
And that's what a lot of people get out of.
And
that's why so many people be throwing stuff out there and folks and stuff. Trying to harm them and exactly being vindictive. Exactly.
Loving is caring. You understand what I'm saying? I care about you. Mm-hmm. I care about your well-being. I want you to feel good in your life and be all right. You know what I'm saying? And so when you separate from somebody and you try to hurt them, that is not love.
Exactly.
And it's like, did you ever love? And that's what I'm saying when we started earlier. People, oh, I feel good. I feel so good when I'm around you. Everything feels good. You feeling good.
but it's for you. You
Exactly.
want my
Exactly.
energy
Exactly.
for you to feel good.
Exactly.
I love you. No, you don't.
Exactly.
You don't even understand that you don't love me. You love the way you feel
Right.
when you're with me.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when it parts, you really see who really truly loves you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
who is really your friend?
Small fry hungry.
I'm hungry too.
Well, I'm gonna say the grace.
What a food!
Look, she like got quiet. She just
If you say the grace, the food will come.
Bow down, everybody.
Cause woo, I need some food to go.
We just Mr. Clyde been out there here over there.
I don't even know how to eat when I come from Belize. When I come here, I'm confused. It takes me so long to adjust. I'm just so hungry.
Let's have a benediction. Come on, let's have a benediction. We'll see y'all next week.
Well, but put this in there.
Come on, little benediction.
I'm gonna take up the Ursha. I did a burger.
Collection plate.
Yeah, collection plate.
But y'all gotta put the right shit on the plate. That's the
Let
whole problem.
me get
The whole
There
problem.
it is.
I need a watermelon for season. I need a papaya that came right from the tree. I need some strawberries that's real.
She said put some food on the plate.
I want some. I don't. That ain't. It's just the difference in the food is just. It makes me weird. It makes me feel weird. I gotta eat the right thing, and I don't know what to eat. I be feeling weird, man. My skin be getting weird. When I come here, it takes me about a month to adjust, and then I'm leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it is to not eat pork.
Not equal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah. I grew up around it.
We sure can't sit here and talk about food.
No, we got
Y'all ain't gonna do that.
Okay, let's say grace.
Yeah.
I mean,
Say grace.
benediction.
Go ahead.
Bye, y'all. Come on.
Oh, okay.
We gonna turn the camera on. We gonna keep on.
Yeah, you talking to a bunch of women that like to be on the stage with the mic. We done talked here for 3 hours.
We done made y'all, then we gonna eat.
Yeah.
I hope y'all was blessed.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta say the end, y'all.
Okay.
Look, I know I'm gonna have to chop this show up into pieces and look into chapters.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But thank you all for tuning in, and there was a lot of people tuning in on Facebook and everything and stuff. Thank you so much, and I want to thank to be the small fire, Miss Boss Chick, Miss Cherise, and your girl Miss Sip, and y'all live your dreams with Rosita, y'all. This is the first, but definitely not the last. And peace and love.
It's a
Peace and
birthday.
blessings. Send us some love. Send us some love.
Right.
What's your cash app? My cash app is tagged in on Instagram and Facebook.
It's already